Sports, Nebraska's home for sports, is live from Memorial Stadium in Lincoln, Nebraska for the 2009 NSAA Football Championships. Today in the Class C1 title game, it's the Hastings St. Cecilia Bluehawks and the Norfolk Catholic Knights. Hi again, everybody. Alongside Adrian Fiala, I'm Kevin Kugler. Two undefeated teams vying for a state championship here in Class C1 and 8. If Hastings St. Cecilia is going to win it, they're going to do it with power.
Exactly. Carl Tesmer, the head coach, bringing his team in here at 12-0, as you said, Kevin, and they've done it with power. Their offensive line paving the way for just over 400 yards a game this year. They're led by Dalton Seeley, just over 1,700 yards rushing, and Ben Conan, who will probably crack that 1,000-yard mark today. So, again, 43 points per game they're scoring. It has been an incredible year for them. They're here in the finals. Their defense, however, strong. 6 shutouts on the year, allowing just 6 points a game for the opponent. So they've got it all combined very well. It's going to be tough, a tough afternoon to beat them here today.
No question about it, but a team that thinks they can do it, Norfolk Catholic. And joining us also, former Husker running back Damon Benning. And Damon, this Norfolk Catholic team believes, hey, if you can do power, we can do power. We can do it better.
Absolutely. They're coming off the big win last week against Boys Town. They had to get over the hump from the defeat a year ago, a bitter taste in their mouth, found a way to get that one done. And they've had their eyes on the prize all year, and that starts with Kelby Sile, the tailback who does everything for them. He'll get his touches today, probably 20 to 25, to really try to keep ball control offense at its best. And then when they flip over and play defense, that'll be led by Brant O'Banion, who leads this team in tackles, 161 tackles on the year. Guys, they have 17 interceptions on the season. Points will be at a premium in this one, so buckle up.
Well, there certainly won't be any surprises for the men on the sidelines. A lot of experience down there, and with more on that, here's Larry Putney.
Well, there are a couple of guys who are members of the 250 Club. Both have won more than 250 games in their career. Carl Tesmer for St. Cecilia has been coaching for 34 years, including 19 at St. Cecilia. On the other sideline is Jeff Beller. He's been at Norfolk Catholic for 24 years, been at the state championship game for his 6th time. They've won 5 state championships under Beller, and believe it or not, this is only the 2nd time these two guys have met.
Larry, when you talk about the long history of these two gentlemen as coaches, they meet on a chilly day in Lincoln, 46 degrees, cloudy skies. That wind a factor northwest at 25 miles per hour, dropping the wind chill to a brisk 37 degrees here in Lincoln for this game time and for this C1 state championship. It's a cool day, but it's a very good day for football. The 2009 NSAA Football Championships are being carried live over the internet, so if you have friends or family who don't have access to NET, have them log on to netnebraska.org and click the live webcast tab to enjoy the football championships right on their computer. NET is Nebraska's home for sports. And you look at this ball game between these two squads, and you expect both of them to come at it with a very similar approach, guys. A very strong, very running-oriented attack for both teams.
You know, last game we saw a strong defense. I think we'll see that again in this ball game. And looking at the numbers for Hastings St. Cecilia, said there a moment ago, 6 shutouts, but also they've never allowed more than 14 points in any game this year. So that is that's obviously a sign of good, strong defense. We'll see if that holds up today. But 43 a game they're scoring. They're giving up just 6 on average also for the year. So tough defense for the Bluehawks from Hastings St. Cecilia.
And something's got to give today, because Norfolk Catholic, very stout in their own right in terms of playing defense, bottled up a very explosive Boys Town offense a week ago and have hung their hat on their defense all year long. As we mentioned in the pregame, 17 interceptions. And I believe it, and I said it earlier in the broadcast, points will be hard to come by in this one.
Another battle that will persist, I believe. Hastings St. Cecilia, their offensive line, big bunch of kids, average 240 across the front. They may control that area. We'll see.
Well, you're talking about a Hastings St. Cecilia team, and in talking with Carl Tesmer earlier in the week, he said last year's team actually had more talent man for man, but it's not always the most talented team that gets to this state championship situation. It's a team that plays the most like a team, and he's been really pleased with this team from that aspect, the cohesiveness of this team as a whole.
Yeah, it's kind of like Barry Switzer's theory sometimes. After they finish a team prayer, sometimes he would say, dear God, don't let the best team win. And sometimes you maybe think you've got the best team, but you don't. And you need to go out there and just overachieve, and that's what they're looking to do.
Hastings St. Cecilia 12-0, Norfolk Catholic 12-0 as well. And Another one of those teams, Jeff Beller talked about how good team play got them here, but he's very, very concerned about the defensive and offensive lines. He was very concerned about the fact that Norfolk Catholic gives up a lot of weight along their lines, and Norfolk Catholic's offensive line goes 235, 215, 180 at the center, 210 at right guard, and 210 at right tackle, and they're going to be going up against a defensive line that's 245, 240, 235, 200. Some bigger guys along that defensive front for Hastings St. Cecilia. And he said earlier in the week, that's one of their biggest worries is the fact that they've got to go against those big guys down there. We'll see how those matchups in the trenches go today. Let's go to our public address announcer, Doc Weininger, for player introductions.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Nebraska School Activities Association, its member schools, and U.S. Bank, welcome to Memorial Stadium for the Class C1 State Championship game. Today's game features the Hastings St. Cecilia Bluehawks versus the Knights of Norfolk Catholic High School. And now, let's meet the players and coaches competing in today's game. First, the starting lineup for the visiting team, the St. Cecilia Bluehawks. Number 2, Bo Schwenka. Number 5, Dalton Seeley. Number 9, Bryce Faber. Number 10, Wade Dykeman. Number 11, Paul Gettert. Number 15, Cody Jackson. Number 16, Chase Bassett. Number 21, Drew Kocheba. Number 24, Joe Ryan. Number 25, Matthew Kissinger. Number 27, Ben Conan. Number 31, Spencer Saminsky. Number 35, Devin Ellie. Number 37, Andrew Young. Number 56, Tim Freecat. Number 66, Nathan Susi. Number 68, A.J. Tom. Number 70, Jacob Schwartz. Number 74, Zachary Stirrup. Number 77, Joseph Wallmeyer. Number 81, Colin Ellie. Number 85, Jordan Consbrook. Head coach for St. Cecilia is Carl Tesmer. And now please welcome the rest of the Bluehawks to the field.
Hastings St. Cecilia 12-0 on the season, and a team that, as Adrian mentioned early in the broadcast, 6 defensive shutouts this year. They have done a tremendous job limiting teams. In fact, the most scored upon them, 14 points. Donovan Trumbull did it in week number 5 of the season, and then just 2 weeks ago, Crofton put up 14 points on Hastings St. Cecilia, and that's the most they've allowed. So points will be at a premium today between both of these teams. 2 good defensive teams, 2 teams that like to run the football. We saw a scoreless game until about 5 minutes to go in our first game of the day in C2. Here in C1, I expect more of the same. And let's go back over to our public address announcer, Doc Weininger, to introduce you to the opponents for Hastings St. Cecilia and Norfolk Catholic.
And now, starting lineup for the home team, the Norfolk Catholic Knights. Number 1, Eric Becker. Number 2, Tyler Haybrock. Number 3, Kelby Sile. Number 4, Lucas Lyons. Number 6, Ben Rouse. Number 7, Ethan Brozick. Number 10, Austin Ketter. Number 11, Connor Ketter. Number 15, Jordan Beller. Number 17, Drew Farley. Number 18, Andrew Montag. Number 35, Corey Schaefer. Number 47, Grant O'Banion. Number 52, Scott Vollmer. Number 55, Scott Benson. Number 56, Michael Steffensmeyer. Number 57, Cody Stowe. Number 58, Caleb Toltzman. Number 67, Ashton Nolte. Number 69, Blake Wagner. Number 71, Dylan Pieper. Number 87, Nathan Funk. The head coach for the Knights is Jeff Beller. And now please welcome the rest of the Norfolk Catholic Knights to the field.
Norfolk Catholic, led by Jeff Beller in his 28th year as a head coach. A team that has done a lot of good things this year. Obviously, you go 12-0, you're doing a lot of good things, but the biggest concern, stopping that Hastings St. Cecilia rushing attack. That's what Jeff Beller said earlier in the week that they were most worried about was, we've got to figure out a way to stop this team that loves to put the yardage out and really grind it out on the ground. As we see where these two squads came from to get to this point, I think you'll recognize Hastings and Norfolk on the map there as they converge here in Lincoln, fighting it out for the C1 state championship. Should be a great matchup in the bracket to get them to this point. From Norfolk and Hastings, you see Norfolk Catholic with the win over Bishop Newman, and then that hard-fought win over Boys Town. Hastings St. Cecilia blew out Crofton, and then they had to come from behind and just nip Broken Bow 14-12 to get to this spot. Two tough games in the semis to prepare these two squads for their C1 state championship. And it's time for our national anthem, and let's go back to our public address announcer, Doc Weininger, to introduce you to our singers.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. At this time, we would ask that you please rise and remove your hats to honor America as the Perkins County High School Girls Quintet, directed by Ms. Judy Kirkevsky, sings our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet
The Class C1 state championship between Norfolk Catholic and Hastings St. Cecilia is next on NET Sports.
Farmers rely on it. Businesses depend on it. Families trust it. It is public power. And at NPPD, we know Nebraskans don't take it for granted. That's why every dollar is reinvested into the system. The power plants, transmission lines, and utility employees that deliver safe and reliable electricity to you. Nebraska Public Power District, always there when you need us, together with your local public power utility.
Hey, college doesn't just happen. You have to push yourself as you go through high school. Don't be afraid to take classes like Algebra 2, Biology, or a foreign language. They can help raise your ACT score and prepare you for college. I wasn't the smartest kid in high school, but I took the top classes and I passed. So what are you waiting for? Push yourself over to your counselor's office and sign up for them. They won't be easy, but you'll be glad you did.
Soy biodiesel from Nebraska soybeans lowers our dependence on foreign oil. It has properties that reduce engine wear. And it burns without harmfully polluting the atmosphere. The Nebraska Soybean Board encourages the use of soy biodiesel.
Go online each week to take the Big Red Sideline Survey at netnebraska.org/Big Red Wrap Up. NET Sports coverage of the 2009 NSAA Football Championships are brought to you in part by the Nebraska Public Power District, applauding the dedication, teamwork, and sportsmanship of Nebraska's high school athletes. By the Nebraska Soybean Board, encouraging the use of renewable biodiesel fuels for a healthier environment. For information, nebraskasoybeans.org. And by Time Warner Cable, inspiring young people to build the skills they need in science, technology, engineering, and math to become the problem solvers of tomorrow. Norfolk Catholic wins the toss. They have elected to defer. They'll kick to Hastings St. Cecilia to start this Class C1 state championship. The wind, which has been blowing hard all day long out of the north, will be at the backs of the Knights of Norfolk Catholic to start this football game. And immediately the ball falls off the tee, and so they'll re-tee it here with that wind in mind to start off our C1 state football championship. Back deep, Dalton Seeley, who was the leading rusher on this St. Cecilia squad all year long. He stands back at the goal line awaiting the kick from the sophomore Drew Farley. A big weapon for Norfolk Catholic, and more on his field goal kicking skills as we move forward. And we are underway in Class C1, and the kickoff bobbled and taken from the 8-yard line by Cody Jackson, the up man. Jackson to the 15, Jackson across the 20, and to the 21, where Hastings St. Cecilia will start first down and 10. Let's look at the offensive starters for Hastings St. Cecilia. 12-0 on the year, coached by Carl Tesmer. Bo Schwenka, the quarterback, Dalton Seeley, the running back, Ben Conan at fullback, Paul Gadert, the split end, Joe Ryan, the tight end, and Cody Jackson is the slot back. Along the line, Nathan Susi, A.J. Toms, Jacob Schwartz, Tim Kreekak, and Zach Sterup from left to right along that offensive line, an offense that rushed for over 315 yards a game this season. And they started the Maryland I with Schwenka at quarterback, now motioning out of that to the left side. And here's Dalton Seeley, and Seeley pokes through a hole, fumbles the football, and the first play of the game, Norfolk Catholic recovers the fumble.
A little final nervousness right there. Try to get that extra yardage and just forgets to handle on the ball. And nerves can be a problem here early in the game. Well blocked on the play, but here comes the ball, comes out.
Seeley comes up limping as well. I don't know if it was the knee or the ankle, but A little gimpy over there on the sidelines as he came off the field.
And a huge break to start as Norfolk Catholic's going to start with the football at the 33-yard line of Hastings St. Cecilia. And Austin Ketter, the quarterback, brings his team out in the power I, and the give is to Kelby Sile, and Sile inside the 30 and down to the 29. Let's look at the starters for Norfolk Catholic as we take a look at those quarterbacks and running backs and the backs in the backfield for this night squad. Austin Ketter, Kelby Sile, Brant O'Banion, Tyler Haybrock, Ethan Brozek, and Andrew Montag. Rounding out the backs and receivers on the line, Dylan Pieper, Cody Stowe, Mike Steffensmeyer, Scott Benson, and Ashton Nolte from left to right along the offensive line. 2nd and 6 from the 29 of Hastings St. Cecilia. And the only man in the backfield, Brant O'Banion, gets the carry and takes it down to the 26-yard line. And 3 yards away from a first. And the defense called upon earlier than expected for Hastings St. Cecilia. As we take a look at the starters for the Bluehawks at 12-0 on the season. Zach Sterup, Jacob Schwartz, A.J. Thompson, Jordan Consbrook along that Hastings St. Cecilia defensive line. Wade Dykeman, Andrew Young, Paul Gadert, Ben Conan, Dalton Seeley, Drew Porcheba, and Joe Ryan. Backs and linebackers. Big third down here, 3rd and 3 for Ketter and the Knights. Ball at the 26-yard line of Hastings St. Cecilia. And the toss play looking for running room is Sile, and Sile buried at the 25-yard line. Good defense on the quick change and a good stop in there for Hastings St. Cecilia from A.J. Toms.
A.J. Toms there. Andrew Young also part of that flow to the football, making a good stop and creating this 4th and a yard here. Kevin, you talked about the Norfolk Catholic kicker, and we are going to see him here.
Drew Farley. They feel like they're in range when they get to the 30-yard line. He is 7 of 12. His long this year is 47 yards. And the sophomore is going to try a 42-yarder here to give Norfolk Catholic the early lead in this ball game.
Against the wind also.
And the kick is good. He made it from 42 yards. And the sophomore, Drew Farley, puts 3 on the board for Norfolk Catholic. What a kick for Drew Farley.
That's a heck of a start if you're Norfolk Catholic. You had your defense out there on the field, and yet you still score first. It's like an extra possession once you get the turnover. But now they're in business as these teams will try to settle in and play their games.
Well, let's look back to last year in the C1 title game. The Pierce Blue Jays came out to defend their state championship as they took on the Boys Town Cowboys.
This morning in the Class C1 championship, it's the Boys Town Cowboys taking on the Pierce Blue Jays. Gamby rolls to his left, tosses into the end zone. Touchdown to Brooks, made it look easy. Waters gives it off to Colbus, in there for the touchdown. Pierce answers. Waters will pile in there right behind Stucklet, and in there for the touchdown. Step is down, the hold is up, the kick is through there, and it's good. Keeper by Gandy. Gandy scoots through a couple of tackles, down the 5, ball's loose, recovered by Pierce. Back to pass goes Waters, rolls to his right, tosses it out there, and a grab is made. He cuts back, he's got some room. Unger could go, Unger, touchdown, Pierce. The Pierce Blue Jays win their 2nd consecutive state championship in Class C1, knocking off the Boys Town Cowboys, the final 20-10.
Well, a beautiful day for football last year in that C1 state championship. Pierce winning, but this year, as you look back at history, Norfolk Catholic with a chance to get back in the win column. Pierce winning the last 2, Auburn in 06 and the Norfolk Catholic in 05 and 04. And Norfolk Catholic has the early lead after the turnover, the 42-yard field goal from Drew Farley, and a 3-0 lead for Norfolk Catholic.
Able to capitalize on the turnover, the fumble, and turn it into points, albeit 3 points, but still 3 points up on the board. Break that ice and get yourself comfortable on the field. They have done that.
If you're going to play with a 25-mile-an-hour north wind, be glad to have that wind at your back, as Norfolk Catholic does here in this first quarter, and take advantage of that, plus the weapon that we talked about that is the sophomore Drew Farley. And if you have that guy on your squad that can give you points from 45 yards on in, that's a weapon not too many have.
And Kevin, he did it with a wind that, well, a crossing wind at times. Just before he kicked, the flag over there on the left, the American flag, going straight north, so they're blowing against it. So good job by Farley to get it there, although it kind of creeped a little bit right at the end, but he got it through.
And now Farley will kick off with a holder, and Farley drives this one to the 9-yard line. Looking for running room is Cody Jackson coming all the way across the field, and Jackson down at the 25-yard line, and Hastings St. Cecilia going to try to run more than one play. They ran one last time and fumbled it after a decent run from Dalton Seeley. Let's look at the defense for the Norfolk Catholic Knights. Dylan Pieper along that defensive line with Ashton Nolte, Scott Vollmer, and Caleb Toltzman on the defensive line. The backs and the linebackers, the defensive backs look like this: Austin Ketter, Brand O'Banion, Corey Schaefer, Kelby Sile, Tyler Haybrock, Eric Becker, and Lucas Lyons. From the 25, first down and 10, trailing 3-0 early in this first quarter, and flags fly, and Hastings St. Cecilia off to a rocky start here in the C1 championship.
Could be a little bit of early nerves, at least for Hastings. A couple uncharacteristic mistakes early on, especially laying it on the carpet early. It's just not something this program is accustomed to doing, especially at this particular juncture in the season.
Yeah, you get some players get so keyed up to play. Of course, this game extra importance to some of those people out there. That just the nerve situation can do what it did right there.
On first down, the give after the penalty right up the middle, and a little bit of running room, but not much for the fullback Ben Conan. And we had a chance earlier to talk with Carl Tesmer, and he gave us the rundown on his quarterback, Bo Schwenka.
Well, we go with Bo Schwenka. He's 6'1", about 180 pounds, and leadership. You know, he's a very efficient passer. He throws very few interceptions. He's only thrown 2 all year, 10 touchdowns, but he just brings a lot of leadership to the program, and he gives you what you really want, somebody that organizes that offensive huddle and makes sure everybody's in the right place, and the plays are, even if they're brought in wrong, are still called right in the huddle. So he's just a great young man, also an outstanding basketball player, gives a lot of leadership.
Dalton Seeley there on the carry on the option play, and an option play that puts Hastings St. Cecilia within 5 yards of a first down.
Good job by Lucas Lyons that time, the left corner, able to contain the play. Watch this here. They'll contain the play, take the block, and then get in on the tackle. There's the block on Lyons, and he works off of that. That's a heck of a play by Lyons.
Fortunate to hold him to such a minimal gain. He looked like he had some operating room out there on the edge. It closed in a hurry.
Third down and 5 from the 30. Hastings St. Cecilia trailing 3-0 early first quarter. And the give is to Dalton Seeley, and Seeley's got the first down out near the 38-yard line. 8-yard pickup on 3rd and 5, and that'll move the chains for the Bluehawks.
Seeley, the senior, averaging about 9.5 yards per carry. He'll take this football over the left side of his offensive line. A.J. Toms, Nathan Susi over there. Good work up front, clean it up. First down.
It's good old-fashioned power. Get the good kick-out block again, as we saw in that Class C2 game. We saw some pretty good power football.
Schwenka now under center on 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Play fake. Schwenka on the roll. Throws, catch is made at the 45, and near a first down, out of bounds goes Ben Conan, the fullback, right at the yard marker at the 48-yard line.
It looks like a first down from here. They're checking out the scene. Wonderful looking play, well executed here. Fake that to that motion man and get the ball out into the flat. See Conan out there. Conan also a very good running back. Good power there, just short of 1,000 this year.
First down and 10 from the 48-yard line. Out of the eye, the give to the fullback. Conan just dives forward into Norfolk Catholic territory at the 49. And earlier we had the chance to sit down with Jeff Beller, the head coach of Norfolk Catholic, and he talked about his concerns with Hastings St. Cecilia.
Well, they've been very impressive. As we watched St. Cecilia and kind of got our eyes on them, and maybe as the playoffs started, it's just that they've been able to win games easily and been able to really put it to their opponents. They have a great running back and a very good fullback and a big offensive line. They're quite a bit bigger than we are. So we know all those things will be challenges for us. And again, this season, I think them and Boys Town were probably the top two teams in terms of as you looked at things early in the season, said they're probably the teams to beat, and they were able to get here. And obviously, we were able to beat Boys Town in the semifinal. But they're just a tremendous team in terms of balance and can throw, more of a run team, but can throw the ball and very well coached. And I don't think they're going to break down in any area. So we're just going to have to be at our best today.
Brant O'Banion, one of the best, made a nice tackle there, the leading tackler on this team.
163 now as he's got 2 on the day to add his total 161.
3rd down and 4 from the 46. The trap up the middle. Conan sheds a tackle, and he's got the first down. That's tough running from a fullback, Ben Conan.
Well, he, along with Cecilia, has given his team that power moniker. 400 yards they put up in total offense. About 316 of that has come via the rush, and there goes Conan.
A fullback trap.
Just tuck it and go. Tuck your head down and make it work. And he did.
That 3 technique, you cannot get up the field when you get neck away from you. You got to get down the line of scrimmage flat and close that hole.
Fullback again, but flags fly. And we're going to have a second motion against Hastings St. Cecilia on this possession. Our referee is Daniel Bensinger of Lincoln. And he will make the call that yes, it is motion, and yes, it is against Hastings St. Cecilia. Let's take a look at the officiating crew. Lincoln-based crew: Daniel Bensinger, Gary Arnold, linesman is Doug Wyatt, Alan Makovica, the line judge, Larry Backus is the back judge, fitting place for Larry Backus, and Rick Stromer, the man who is stopping the play.
Now, how many times does that happen? Backus to back judge.
Joe Umpiris could be the umpire. 1st and 15 from the 46-yard line. And on 1st and 15, they give us to Dalton Seeley. And 5 yards doesn't change what this Hastings St. Cecilia team wants to do. They're going to go and stay on the ground, keep it on the ground, and keep churning out yardage.
Well, Seeley at 6 foot and 205 pounds. Well put together, strong young man. Get up there and make it all work. Takes this one right over the left side. A.J. Tobbs over there, Schwartz, Susi.
2nd down and 9 from the 40 in the Maryland I again. Now motioning to the right. Play fake. Schwenka pumps once, comes back to the left, has some running room, going to take it up the middle. Nice move at the 35. Schwenka to the 30. Schwenka inside the 20, and a saving tackle by Brant O'Banion at the 17-yard line. A 23-yard scamper by Bo Schwenka and a first down.
I'll tell you, take a look at the replay here. A little play action. He wants to get to the flats here. He's got the deep corner route, decides to hold it. He just buys himself some time. I like how when guys scramble, especially at this level, they scramble with their head up to make a play. There's just some shoddy tackling here by Norfolk. But Schwenka, he's definitely a dual threat guy. He can put it on the, he can put it in the air, and he can run it as well.
1st down and 10 from the 17-yard line. Bobbled snap, and flags fly again. And if it's movement, it's the 3rd time on this drive. But so far, the previous 2 haven't hurt Hastings St. Cecilia at all. Maybe they're better with an extra 5 yards to work.
They like that added pressure, Kevin. No doubt about it. But they've been able to deal with it, no doubt. And they'll deal with it again here as 5 yards come off. Head coach Carl Tesmer, we heard just a few minutes ago, his thoughts about Schwenka. We saw a little glimpse of what he talked about right there.
On 1st and 15, Dalton Seeley able to get inside the 20 down to the 19. Just a 3-yard pickup, though. Good defense. Ashton Nolte leading the way along that defensive front.
Kind of strange how this drive is shaken out. Norfolk winning 1st down, which is what you want to do as a defense. 2nd down, that's been their nemesis, where Cecilia's been able to put themselves in positions to move the chains on 3rd down.
So far, 74 yards rushing for Hastings St. Cecilia. Option play. Seeley trying to find the corner, spins away from one man, and Seeley somehow able to get down to the 15-yard line. That's a pretty tough 4 yards when it's 1-on-4 on the edge.
He's a big kid as you take a look at him there. He's a little bit banged up. I think he started with that initial fumble, a little sprint option. Gets the ball out here in space.
He had some people out there on the flank Needed some blocks out of those folks. Did not get those blocks. There's one thing about coaches in college, you know, if you can't quite get to whoever you're supposed to get to somebody else and let them know you're around. And, you know, you got to be fish or foul, and you can't be both.
Tough kid. He's got a little hitch in his giddy up right now.
3rd down and 8. And the give is to Cecilia and nowhere to go. Boy, that was blown up by Ashton Nolte and Brant O'Banion. And why do I get the feeling we're going to hear the name O'Banion and Nolte a lot today?
Anytime you rack up 161 tackles on the season, you probably have a nose for the football.
And Nolte right there also with 114 tackles. That's a lot of tackles between those two guys.
So now 4th down and 10. The ball just shy of the 17-yard line. That's a long 10. Like 10 and a half right now from where that ball is. And they're going to go for it. See if Bo Schwenka has a 10-and-a-half-yard play in his repertoire. On 4th down, Schwenka to throw. Pressure comes. Throws on the run for the end zone. The ball's deflected away by Tyler Haybrock. And Norfolk Catholic holds on 4th down.
Ball just too late arriving right there. Coverage by Haybrock was right on the money. But the ball just a little bit too late. If you're going to throw that route, you got to throw it a bit earlier.
2:42 left in the first. We'll watch it one more time.
Now watch. See, the back already had made his break on the ball.
That's a nice play.
It's a good play, but again, just a little bit too late on the throw.
NET Television's Nebraska Stories is about where we live and who we are. This Sunday on NET1 and NET HD, see how farmers found good in the Great Depression, a new way to honor World War II soldiers, and how one town pays tribute to the grave of an infant girl. Plus, a teacher takes her grand piano on the road across Nebraska. These stories and more are on Nebraska Stories, Sunday night at 11:30 Central on NET1 and NET HD. Alongside Adrian Fiala, Damon Benning, Larry Putney's patrolling the sidelines. I'm Kevin Kugler. Great to have you with us today from Memorial Stadium in Lincoln, Nebraska. The second of 3 games today here on NET1. We had the C2 final, went to overtime earlier. C1 now, and then later tonight, the Class B Championship. Omaha Skutt taking on Aurora. Highly anticipated matchup tonight here on NET1. 1st down and 10 from the 18-yard line. The offense of Norfolk Catholic back to work again. Here's Austin Ketter on the roll. The throw to Brozek. 1st down and more out near the 33-yard line. Ethan Brozek, the leading receiver on the year for Norfolk Catholic, with his 19th catch of the season.
Good idea to throw the ball on 1st down if you're Norfolk Catholic. You usually play it pretty close to the vest. You're a running team. But when you put it in the air, do it when it's advantageous to you. Nice little sprint out, high percentage pass play. Fake the down block. We call that a little fin route where he just flips back out to the outside, found himself wide open.
From the 32-yard line, 1st down and 10. And the give to Kelby Sile, and Sile out to the 37-yard line. Nice hole on the right side, 5 yards gained for Kelby Sile. Good look at the senior and the leading rusher on this team, closing in on 1,200 yards on the season. Jeff Beller, the head coach. They've won the championship 6 times. Last time came in 2005, as you saw earlier. A veteran of this championship atmosphere here at Memorial Stadium. 2nd and 5 from the 37. And the ball's knocked out of the hands of the quarterback, and it's scooped up by Ben Conan. They were going to throw the quick screen, and before the pass could be thrown by Ketter, it's stripped and recovered by Hastings St. Cecilia.
Talked about Conan as far as his ability to run the football, and now his alert ability on defense comes through. Big play right here. Watch it.
Oh, that's just great effort right there. Was that Schwartz?
Jacob Schwartz got his hand on that football. Ben Conan able to recover, and now big break for Hastings St. Cecilia. Can they take advantage? 1st down and 10. 29-yard line of Norfolk Catholic. Conan the lone setback behind Schwenka, the quarterback. Option play. Conan trying to get to the corner. And that's strung out very nicely. Conan bowls down a couple of tacklers, but only ends up getting about a yard to the 28.
I tell you, a little sprint option again by Hastings St. Cecilia. I can see what they're seeing. The matchups are good. It looks like it's one-on-one matchups, and all you can ask is to get that ball carrier one-on-one with the defender. But right now, Norfolk Central winning those battles and tackling in the open field.
Well, good pursuit, and again showing good quickness on the defense to make those kind of hits, because those are the tough ones to make. Those open field tackles, especially with a good back, and Conan's a good back.
2nd down and 9 from the 28, under a minute to go first quarter. Quick screen pass out to Dalton Seeley. Seeley on the edge, a little stiff arm, turns the corner and has the first down. Out of bounds at the 17-yard line of Norfolk Catholic, and get your playmakers out on the edge and let them make some plays.
Absolutely the case, Kevin. You want to just get the ball out as quickly as you can and hope that he can catch the ball on stride and maybe miss a tackle out there. Use that stiff arm to keep him off of you. That stiff arm, I think, created the first down for him. About 2 yards prior to the stick, he's able to put the arm out there, keep the tackler off of him, and get that 2 yards for that first down.
At the 17-yard line, 49 seconds left first quarter. Norfolk Catholic leading 3-0, but Hastings St. Cecilia in the red zone. Option keeper by Schwenka. Inside the 10, inside the 5, and he took him for a ride for the touchdown. Lucas Lyons should have to pay a fare to Bo Schwenka because he got a trip for 5 yards into the end zone.
I'll tell you, they had 10 people stacked up there and just one single cover over on the far left. And that was it. And I'm thinking if he gets by that line of scrimmage, it's going to be tough to keep him out. And he just carried the guy in. Good 8-second ride right there.
Good job of finding the crease. The Lions undersized at 145 pounds back there. In for a little bit of a ride.
Extra point try is up, and it is no good. A big miss by Dalton Seeley. It's only his 6th miss of the year, and it keeps this at a field goal game, 6-3. So that's a big miss for Hastings St. Cecilia. But watch this touchdown run by Schwenka again.
Nice lead block by fullback. He just finds a crease.
Ben Conan, the block you're talking about right there, Damon, and finds a crease, and then hey, now let's go for a ride right there. Good strong run. Got one.
4 tackles he ran through right there.
Got 2 and into the zone. Well done. Very, very well done.
Did a good job of seeing the crease and being the crease. But he split that with good timing.
Next week on NET1 and NET HD, Walk-Ons. Huskers Edge tells the story of the University of Nebraska's football walk-on program, following the young men raised with Nebraska values and dreaming of becoming a Husker and playing in Memorial Stadium. Former Husker walk-on greats Jeff and Joel Makovica, Jeff Jamrog, Jason Peter, and Langston Coleman talk about their experiences with sportscasters and analysts, as well as Tom Osborne and current Husker coach Bo Pelini discussing the past and present impact of the fabled program. Watch NET Television's production of Walk-Ons Huskers Edge next Thursday night at 8:30 Central on NET1 and in high definition on NET HD. 6-3. The Hastings St. Cecilia Bluehawks with the lead over Norfolk Catholic. Ready to kick it away. Back to Kelby Sile and company. Sile back deep awaiting the kickoff for Norfolk Catholic. Line drive kick toward the sideline. Sile has to make a lot of ground to get that one. Fields at the 15 and out of bounds near the 20-yard line. Pretty good kick. Yeah. Right near the sideline. Forced Sile to make a big move to his right to field.
You just squeeze the area off, and there's really only one way you can go unless you want to lose a lot of yardage on the attempted return. If you try to go back the other way, chances are really good you're going to lose yardage. So just take it up and go. But it's a good tactic to use. You can't kick it out in the end zone. The directional kick it, squeeze the field, and limit return.
Matthew Kissinger with that kick, the sophomore for Hastings St. Cecilia. First down and 10 from the 20-yard line. Ketter to throw on first down. High throw. Brozek with the catch at the 27-yard line and shoved out right there by Joe Ryan. Nice little 7-yard pickup on first down. And Damon, they've been going to the air a little bit on first down.
Yeah, that's there if they want it to. The way they roll that coverage in a little bit of a 3 deep, he's got room to throw this out route. They're getting plenty of cushion. That's easy pitch and catch right there.
Second down and 3. We've got a whistle. The officials with an official timeout. Now they're set, get the clock ready to go, and 2nd and 3 will commence. On the keeper, the quarterback, Austin Ketter, riding out near a first down, may about a half yard shy of that 30-yard line. It'll be 3rd and short.
Oh, I thought he almost bobbled that. A little muddled exchange there on the, I think he was reading that like maybe a little bit of a veer. Ends up keeping the football.
Which is fortunate for Norfolk Catholic. They cannot handle another turnover on a short field, and that's going to be the final play of the first quarter of action. A very entertaining first quarter here in the C1 State High School Football Championship, and after one quarter, Hastings St. Cecilia leading Norfolk Catholic 6-3.
Programming made possible by Time Warner Cable, inspiring young people to build the skills they need in science, technology, engineering, and math to become the problem solvers of tomorrow. Time Warner Cable, the power of you.
This is NET Television, Nebraska's PBS station.
Join the Sports Partners Club because sports partners like you make NET Sports Action possible.
NET Sports coverage of the 2009 NSAA Football Championships are brought to you in part by U.S. Bank, committed to customer service through performances, products, and people. U.S. Bank, proud sponsor of the Nebraska School Activities Association, member FDIC. By Blue Cross Blue Shield of Nebraska, one less thing to worry about. And by Education Quest Foundation, improving access to college through scholarships, grants, and college planning services. Welcome back to Memorial Stadium in Lincoln, Nebraska, the Class C1 State High School Football Championships. Alongside Adrian Fiala and David Benning, I'm Kevin Kugler. As we head to the second quarter, the lead is 6-3 for Hastings St. Cecilia over Norfolk Catholic. The fourth member of our broadcast crew is Larry Putney. He is down on the chilly surface of Memorial Stadium. Larry?
Well, thanks, Kevin. And talking with head coach Carl Tessmer earlier this week, he gave a lot of credit to a couple of former graduates of St. Cecilia for this run that St. Cecilia is on right now. It's the Soucy brothers, both Nick and Travis. Travis with the headset on. He's the older of the Soucy brothers. They both played for St. Cecilia, both played in state championship games. Nick, the younger one, played on the 2000 title team. Travis on the 95 team. And in the last couple of years, these two guys have taken over the weight program and helped on the sidelines. And everybody you talk to up and down the sidelines says those two guys, young guys, they relate well, have done a tremendous job on this St. Cecilia team.
Well, I can't imagine the experience has to be invaluable both for them and for the kids on the team, as on 3rd and short, Norfolk Catholic able to hand off to Kelby Seil and get the first down. But anytime you can tap into that history that you have, whether it's at the high school or college level, usually good things can come of that.
And we all know the benefits, even the current day players, about weight training, but when you finally organize it and get it going the right direction, put it together, that's when the significant achievement comes after. And it's a great job by the Soucy brothers to do that and get their team where they're at today.
First down and 10 from the 31. Ketter to throw. Swing pass. Kelby Seil on the edge. Seil dancing down the sidelines and steps out near the 36-yard line. A 5-yard pickup on the play for Kelby Seil and some nifty footwork down that sideline.
Yeah, real good job by Ketter, too, finding his check down. You look at him survey the field. He's going through his progressions. Nothing, nothing, nothing. Where's my check down? Up there's old reliable. Then you see him do work after the catch, maximizing on that play, getting as much as he can get.
Second down and 5. 6-3 our score. Norfolk Catholic trailing, but with the football and a 2nd and 5. Motion coming across from Ben Rouse. And now the end around. Haybrock trying to turn the corner, and he's not going to get away from Zach Sterup. Nice tackle by Sterup, catching up to the speedy Tyler Haybrock.
Pretty good movement for a guy 6'8" and 245. Zach Sterup Looking at that play, he'll have this play diagnosed and sees it coming right here. Big reach.
Oh, that's great footwork, too.
Really good reach.
Didn't bite on the stutter step. Real good lateral quickness there by Sterrup. He's only a junior at 6'8".
Not bad.
6'8", 245.
Looking for those guys down in Omaha.
3rd and 6 from the 35. Quick slant and through the hands of the intended receiver for Norfolk Catholic, who went right through the hands of Lucas Lyons.
Coverage right there also with Spencer Saminsky. Maybe the footsteps a factor a little bit, but now that ball's just up tall.
Yeah, came out a little hot, but that's one he's got to have.
Yeah.
So Jordan Beller, the son of head coach Jeff Beller, will come on to punt it away. Punting into that wind. His average this year, 35 yards per punt. Double safeties back to return for Hastings St. Cecilia. As Beller, it's off a low line drive, fielded at the 40-yard line, looking for running room out across midfield, and a pretty good return to the 48 by Cody Jackson. And a first down for Hastings St. Cecilia with a 6-3 lead. It's time now for our NSAA Championship Trivia. Be the first person to email us at sports@netnebraska.org with the correct answer, and you'll win an NET Sports Athletic Gray t-shirt, size extra large, and a Big Red Wrap-Up logo cap. Here's your question. Who holds the Class C1 record for most points scored in an NSAA football playoff game? First correct email to sports@netnebraska.org will win the NET Sports t-shirt and Big Red Wrap-Up logo cap. And remember, only one winner per household during the 2009 championships. Good luck. The answer is not Damon Bennett. Nor is it Kevin Kugler. Nor is it Adrian Fiala. It might be Larry Putney. I don't want to say anymore. 1st and 10 from the 48-yard line for Hastings St. Cecilia.
Larry does have a lot of points accumulated, so I might have to go with that.
First down, quarterback Bo Schwenka going to work from the 48-yard line. And on the roll, Schwenka throws, caught at the 45 by Conan. Conan breaks free at the 35. Conan down inside the 25 at the 24-yard line. A 25-yard pickup on the play and a first down for Hastings St. Cecilia.
It's 2 good plays now by Ben Conan in terms of receiving the football. He had just 6 receptions coming into this game for 103 yards, but he is putting it together here tonight, trying to get across the field, cut the grain, try to break free, but not able to quite get that done, but really gets it down deep into Norfolk Catholic territory.
Conan and Seeley behind Schwenka in the eye on first down and 10 from the 24 Bluehawks of Hastings St. Cecilia, trying to add to their lead. It's Conan on the ground this time, and Conan down to the 18-yard line. 6-yard pickup for Ben Conan, doing it all right now.
Got a really good feel for how that play is supposed to hit. He's just patient enough, lets the blocks occur, and he gets in the crease. Well conceived.
Dalton Seeley over to congratulate him right after that run too. So those guys definitely working together here. Seeley, the leading rusher on the ball club with over 1,700 yards, and Conan working on that today, trying to get up over 1,000.
Second down and 4 from the 18 of Norfolk Catholic. Here's Seeley. Seeley down inside the 16 near the 15-yard line. A 3-yard pickup, and it'll leave a full yard to go for a first.
Kind of has that look like he's just grimacing out there. Maybe that's just his facial expression. It looks to be laboring just a little bit. Doesn't seem to be bothering. Nothing seems to be bothering him too much. 9 for 43 right now as we stand.
Not too bad a start for Carl Tesmer's kind of like #1 running back.
You guys don't remember, you're too young, but Bill Russell was that way. Basketball player. You know, he used to grimace and make all kinds of faces and then come up and just rip your head off.
Here's Schwenka on the option, very close, and that lunge at the end may have gotten him that first down.
It's that guy again, Mr. O'Bannon.
He has been all over the place. Brant O'Banion, the leading tackler, leading pass rusher, leading sack man. He's done it all this year. And did he hold Schwenka short of the first down?
I'm just trying to figure out how you get to 161 tackles.
I think he's about 4 inches short.
You're saying averaging 13, 14 tackles a game is not bad?
That's pretty good football playing right there.
Boy, and look at this.
First down.
Another tight measurement. Wow. We saw a bunch of those in the C2 game, and that's enough for a first down. Larry?
As I was talking, you were talking about Brando Banyan, who, averaging about 15, 16 tackles a game. Talking with Jeff Beller before the game, he really wanted to point out that O'Banion is the unsung hero on this team. He doesn't get a lot of pub. He's not one of the guys who scores a lot of points, not on offense. But if he had 18 guys like Brando Banyan, his team would win a championship every year. Loves his heart, loves his hustle. Said if he had the right measurables, he'd be talking to Bo about him.
On first down, and the give up the middle to Conan, and Conan at the 14-yard line, stacked up at the line of scrimmage. O'Banion's measurables 5'9", 175, so a little bit undersized.
Yeah. Saw him a couple weeks ago, or last week against Boys Town. He was outstanding. They shut down a pretty good offensive bunch, held Boys Town to 7 points, and he can definitely play.
Second down and 10. Approaching the 8-minute mark here in this second quarter from Memorial Stadium in Lincoln, the C1 Championship at Hastings St. Cecilia, with the lead and the football, facing a 2nd and 10 from the Norfolk Catholic 14-yard line. Schwenka under center on second down, and the give to Paul Gadert, and Gadert breaks one tackle. Gadert still on his feet and finally wrestled down at the 11-yard line. Nice tough 3-yard run for Paul Gadert, and Carl Tesmer, the head coach of Hastings St. Cecilia, pleased with that run, and we chatted with him about the other strengths of his squad.
Defense has been good, but our offense has also carried us, and we thought it would, and it's kind of an unusual combination because usually your defense carries your football team, but offensively, we've been able to score a lot of points. We've got an outstanding pair of running backs in Nick Conan, or Ben Conan, excuse me, and our I-back, Seeley, and both those men, one rushed for 1,700 yards, the other for 900 yards, and so we've got a veteran line that kind of goes with them, but those two guys, we're a running team. We're basically a running team.
Well, we saw them use that run to get the first down there. Dalton Seeley got a nice chip block right as he got that pitch and was able to turn the corner.
Looked like Conan again. Take a look here quick. There it is right there. Yep, that's Conan making that hit. And then it's mostly Seeley from there. A good tough run when he gets to the edge. Talk about Coach Tesmer talking about running the football. Well, of their little over 400 yards average total offense per game, about 316 of that comes via the rush. So that gives you the indication of how well they like that rushing game.
And a timeout taken by Hastings St. Cecilia to talk things over. Their first used timeout in this first half, 6:49 remaining in the first half, and a 1st and goal for Hastings St. Cecilia. NET is your ticket to exciting sports action right in your living room. Help us deliver inspiring sports programming by joining the NET Sports Partners Club. Your contribution helps to ensure that your favorite sports programs continue for years to come. And you'll receive some great thank you gifts with NET's appreciation for your support. Log on to netnebraska.org/sportspartners and become a member today.
Absolutely encourage you to do that, folks,
says the president.
Well, it's got to get in that little shot there. It's I tell you what, I talk to people about all the sports productions at NET, and they all agree, with the high definition production and the quality of the broadcast and all that, guys. It doesn't get much better if it all get better, but can't do it unless we have that support. So invite you to come on.
And it'll help provide coats and hats for our crew on these chilly days.
Double XL t-shirts too.
Which again, Adrian, Kevin, Beeman don't have.
We need those.
First down and goal for Hastings St. Cecilia. And a chance to expand on that 6-3 lead right here. Ball in between the 2- and 3-yard line. Schwenka, and flags fly all over the place. And if this is on Hastings St. Cecilia, it'll be their 4th one of the day.
Well, Jacob Schwartz, the sitter, stepped out immediately and took it up with Zach Stirrup, the junior on the right side there, the right tackle. So there it is. They're marking it off against St. Cecilia.
So 5-yard penalty, the 4th illegal motion of the day against Hastings St. Cecilia. Now 1st and goal from the 7-yard line. And to give up the middle to Gadert, and Gadert to the 5 before he's shoved back by a host of Norfolk Catholic Knights. Just a big pile of bodies down there led by Scott Vollmer.
It's been tough sledding. That 5 yards is it's pretty big at this juncture in the football game where, you know, it's tough to get yards on the ground. You're trying to move bodies out of the way. We need every yard we can get. That's the 4th procedure penalty on that offensive line, and we got 6 minutes to play in the second quarter.
Second down and goal from the 5-yard line. They stack the backs again. Conan, Goddard, and Seeley behind Schwenka. Option play. Pitch to Seeley. Seeley with a blocker in front, and he's in for the touchdown. Great lead block in front by Paul Goddard, and Seeley in for 6.
Well executed.
You betcha. That's what you want to see right there. And Goddard. Watch number 11, right side of the screen, coming up here. There he is, and there he goes. Takes out the corner, and it's all academic for that point.
That's just well done. Good job of delivering out there in space. And Seeley finds the end zone.
Now Hastings St. Cecilia will go for 2 after missing the extra point on their previous touchdown. They'll line him up in the eye, and Bo Schwenka ready to go for the 2-point conversion try. Option pass. Schwenka going to tuck it and try to get there. He will not succeed. Dylan Pieper right there to stack up Bo Schwenka, and the 2-point conversion try is no good.
Stays at a two possession game, which is key as we get back in. Just get stretched out. Good pressure from inside out.
Yeah,
see four red helmets to the football. Excellent pursuit.
Obviously wanting to throw the football, but he heard the pursuit from the back end and knew he had to get going. So rather than try to force the throw or create the throw, wrap it and go.
Speaking of wrapping, Big Red Wrap-Up won't be seen at its regular time tonight at 7 Central because Adrian and I with the rest of the crew will be here. Instead, the wrap-up can be seen on Wednesday night. That's tomorrow at 7 with a look back to last Saturday's game against Kansas State. Plus, we'll look ahead to Colorado on Friday and see just what Nebraska can expect. Join us for Big Red Wrap-Up at a special time this week tomorrow night, 7 Central on NET1 and NET HD. We will not talk about Texas at all, because we don't want Bo Pelini to come breaking through the set of Big Red Wrap-Up like a wrestling match and threaten us in any way, shape, or form.
We will be the only ones probably within a 100-mile radius of this town not talking about the Texas game. Everybody, everywhere I go, everybody talk to you. That's all the talk has been. How are we going to do against Texas? Don't know, folks. We got another game before that called Colorado.
So ready to kick it off with a 12-3 lead. Hastings St. Cecilia and Norfolk Catholic. So now Norfolk Catholic's got to answer a little bit. They've only had 12 offensive plays compared to 26, and Hastings St. Cecilia's done a good job of keeping the ball in their possession.
Not only that, those 12 plays have only gone for 35 yards. You know, right around 3 yards a play, and it's probably not going to get it done.
Kickoff taken at the 4-yard line by Kelby Sile. Sile to the outside at the 15, tripped up and upended at the 17-yard line, and Kelby Sile and his Knights mates will get out there and try to move this football, but a long field ahead with 5:53 to play in the half.
Haven't really mentioned his name a lot here in this first half, Kelby Sile. Be good to get him integrated back into the offense. He's been their leading rusher all year.
4 carries today for 13 yards.
Does he have a reception over there, guys?
No. Oh, he's got 1 for 5 on the swing route out there.
First down and 10 from the 17-yard line. Haybrock in motion towards the line. And on first down, they'll throw to Haybrock with a blocker out front. Haybrock at the 20 and a good stop. Big stick laid on him first by Joe Ryan, then Paul Goddard came over to help out. That play looked like it could go a long ways, and it ends up with just 3.
You bet.
Folks might wonder why they used that motion. They had to see whether it was man or zone. Anybody went with him. If it was man, he probably would have maybe hit the bubble and go, or could have hit that bubble a little sooner, but good job of recognizing and closing by Hastings St. Cecilia. And again, good tackling.
Good tackling, and also credit to Ethan Brozick with a good block to get that extra yard or two.
Hastings St. Cecilia, you see that total yardage number, a startling difference there. On second down, sprint out, roll out, and a huge hit laid on Tyler Haybrock by Dalton Seeley, but Haybrock, to his credit, hung on to the ball and popped right back up with a first down.
Whew. That's a big league hit right there.
Wake you up a little bit.
Seeley using all 205 pounds to get into this hit. Sprint out right.
It's well done here. I like how they flood the zone.
Whoa. Got even more oohs and ahs on the replay.
That's what you got to be able to do when you play zone defense. You got to be able to come up and make tackles. But a good job offensively by Norfolk Catholic to flood that zone.
First down and 10 from the 31-yard line, and a good gain up the middle to the 38-yard line. And Brant O'Banion, nice carry. He does it all.
That was just a football hit, guys. It wasn't a head-to-head.
Oh, no.
It's a legitimate football hit. Some people you hear in the background were kind of booing the hit, but maybe oohing.
Yeah, I think that was a
more of an ooh than a boo. I'm sure there were some people who felt it wasn't, but that's just a really good football hit right there.
Second down and 3 from the 38-yard line. 12-3. Hastings St. Cecilia with the lead, and going to be third down and about 2 yards for Norfolk Catholic after not much was found up the middle for running back Kelby Sile.
Tough sledding so far. 5 for 14 right now. Just kind of trying to feel his way along. They got to find a way to get him out in space a little bit.
Dalton Seeley, they've swung the ball out to him. He's got 57 yards in the rushing touchdown today, but on the other side, tough go for Kelby Sile. Try it again, and Sile's going to be pulled back before he can get to the first down. Sile was there, looked like he had enough room to get that first down, and then a terrific job done just to yank him back behind the line by A.J. Toms.
Yeah, his feet were moving and his body was going, but Toms got a hold of it. See it right here. Watch the feet. Well, yeah, you can see the feet right there, but Toms just able to strengthen up. Toms at 6 foot and 240. A lot of leverage right there on that play.
Old school Nebraska play. Rozier used to run that toss straight ahead, downhill. Kind of like that. It's a little bit of zone.
They're going to take a timeout here as that play clock runs all the way down, and now Norfolk Catholic will use one of their 3 timeouts to discuss what to do here on fourth down and about a half yard for the first. Well, we would love to hear from you. When you're near your computer, shoot us an email. Would you let us know what you think about NET's coverage of the NSAA High School Championships? The email address is sports@netnebraska.org. By writing us, you'll also let our sponsors know you're watching. And if you value statewide NET television of the NSAA Championships, well, we'd love to hear from you at sports@netnebraska.org. And thank you so much for watching the NSAA Football Championships exclusively on NET, NET HD, and on the web at netnebraska.org. NET Sports is Nebraska's home for sports. Scott and Gene Morgan are watching in Allen, Nebraska. Send us an email. We appreciate it. Say we've been enjoying the games. Good commentators and coverage. Keep up the good work. Also some emails from Kearney. Kevin Holloway officiates football, and he enjoys watching the officials and players. Now, see, that's an official. He likes watching the officials work.
We've left those guys alone. They've had some tough spots and some tough measurements today.
You ever talk to an official just about that? You know, when they go to games, what they do? They watch the other officials rather than checking out the ball game.
Fourth down and short. Norfolk Catholic going to go for it. And the handoff, a first down, not by much more, but a first down for Kelby Sile out to the 42-yard line. He needed the 41. He got the 42, and Norfolk Catholic keeps the drive alive.
And Sile's a big kid. He's 180 pounds, which is pretty good size in this class. But
6 foot, 180, right?
They're kind of throwing him around a little bit.
Well, they're big fellas up front there.
We got to, stare up on those guys.
Yeah.
We got to find a way to get Kelby Sile in space here a little bit.
3 wide to the left of the line, single wide to the right, and they'll go into the shotgun on first down. Ketter throws a quick slant. It's tipped at the line and batted down.
That's probably a good thing. He wanted to throw that quick look in, and that was getting ready to get stepped in front of right there.
I think it was Jordan Consbrook that knocked it down at the line of scrimmage. Youngsters watching, you know, if you can't get there, get your arms up. Sometimes that will happen. You'll knock that ball down. And you may take an interception away from your teammate, but you don't know that. You don't know that in the process.
2nd down and 10 from the 42. Draw play. Sile nowhere to go. Collapsing on top of him, Zach Sterup, who's had a real nice first half. And Sile will lose a yard back to the 41.
And Sterup's a man's man, 6'8", 245, out there controlling the edge from that left end spot. He's a big kid. He's only a junior.
Gotta like his chances to make that starting lineup next year for Hastings St. Cecilia.
I think they might be okay there with an incumbent.
3rd down and 11 from the 41. 12-3, Hastings St. Cecilia leading. Ketter to throw, and he had a man, but he overshot Corey Schaefer, and it's 4th down. Would have been a tight squeeze to get that ball in there, but there was a glimpse for Corey Schaefer.
And again, Spencer Szyminski from his linebacker spot, making that play pretty difficult to complete. He's right in the passing lane.
You know, you get that big paw up. He couldn't follow through. He had to let that ball go high. It's a good job by that incompletion was definitely due to that D-line.
Jordan Beller on to punt it away. Jackson and Seeley waiting back deep. A wobbler off the side of Beller's foot, bounces at the 40-yard line, rolls inside the 35. Going to turn out to be a pretty good punt. Out of bounds at the 30-yard line. And that's where Hastings St. Cecilia will take over with a 12-3 lead in a minute 37 until halftime. If you'd like a DVD of this game or any of the NSAA football or volleyball championship games, just log on to netnebraska.org/sports or call 1-800-868-1868 to order your DVD for only $19.95 plus shipping and handling. Be sure to specify school or class when ordering by phone. It's a lasting memory for the entire family. NET is Nebraska's home for sports. From the 30-yard line, Hastings St. Cecilia with 2 timeouts and a minute 37 in which to work. See if they can get a few more points on the board. And on 1st down, they give right up the gut to the fullback, Ben Conan, who worked real hard to get 6 yards out to the 36-yard line.
I tell you, it can be discouraging at times when you look up as a defense and you see a 2nd and manageable after you feel like you played pretty good defense. But that's what teams that commit to the running game do. They win on 1st down, which is with 4 yards or more. And all of a sudden, you open up the whole playbook as an offense because it's 2nd and manageable.
Winding down towards a minute, 2nd down and 4. Joe Ryan in motion. Toss play that direction. Seeley trying to find the edge, and Seeley in trouble. Seeley's going to go down. Boy, give Tyler Haybrock a ton of credit. He fought off the block from Joe Ryan, guys, and was able to get in there and really disrupt that play.
Yeah, he's the one that created that loss, no doubt about it. Watch him, number 2, far left here. There he is, working off that attempted block and doesn't quite get the tackle, but man, he does everything but that.
Oh, bottom of the pile. Is that Seeley Posturepedic? That didn't look too comfortable down at the bottom of that pile. Back doesn't bend that way.
He's been grimacing without that back bend. He'll really grimace now. 3rd down and 8, back at the 32-yard line after the loss. Final seconds of this first half. Toss play, Seeley, reverse. Gadert, blocker out in front is his quarterback Schwenka. And Gadert thrown out of bounds with 4 seconds to go at the 35-yard line. So there's going to be at least one more play and likely a punt to Norfolk Catholic.
Stay at home, one of the cardinal rules in defensive football, and Ethan Brozic does that and makes a good play over there on that far side. Watch this after off the reverse. And number 7 right there.
I don't even know if I kick this ball. I might snap it and run around a little bit and then fall down. Don't even give yourself a chance to get blocked or set up a return. You can easily take 4 seconds. That clock will start at the snap.
Timeout taken by Hastings St. Cecilia.
I wouldn't be surprised to see them send their quarterback out there either. I mean, they can run a play and take 4 seconds, but we'll see how they choose to handle it.
Leading 12-3. It's 4th and 5. time straight ahead.
Just don't want to block or a big return here.
Don't forget tonight, Omaha Skutt and Aurora in the Class B Championship. The first year of the new format, 3 games on Monday, 3 games on Tuesday. It's normally been a Thursday, Friday, Saturday affair here at Memorial Stadium. It's been a different feel, guys, to have 3 games each day for the first and only 2 days of the high school championship.
Yeah, a bit of a marathon in a lot of ways. And I guess the only thing that, as we look at it, in terms of just in between game preparation, you've got all our preparation work done anyway, but it's just that final tweak that you need. And sometimes, well, Kevin, you and I experienced that in the College World Series. Sometimes we have 20 minutes to go between games, and that's impossible. Still don't know how we do that sometimes, but at any rate, it's just that in-between games preparation. But it's gone rather well this year, so okay with it.
You know, for me, it only feels like it's about second game. I don't know about the rest of the crew.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat. It's like about game 2 for me.
Timeout taken now by Norfolk Catholic. Both coaches got the memo that you could not take the timeouts in to the locker room, so they're just going to burn them all here as we get to the end of this first half.
If you can't bank them, why not?
Sunday on NET television. Remember the scent of warm apple pie or cookies cooling on the counter? The smells whisk us back to precious times with family and friends. These fond memories are captured in NET Television's The Recipe Box. Cooks across Nebraska shared family favorites, and NET Television picked the best and traveled across the state to whip up homemade dishes and hear the stories that make them special. Tempt your taste buds with NET Television's The Recipe Box, Sunday night at 7 Central on NET1 and NET HD.
Let's see what they decide to do here. Will they send out the punt team or that offense?
4th down and 5, and here comes the offense.
Yeah, I just think that's.
Well, the other thing you were talking about, Damon, as far as kicking goes, you also got to be worried about the long snap too. So
they're gonna see. There's 4 seconds elapsed already. They're fine.
Schwenka just going to run out of bounds, and the half has come to an end. No danger of a return, no danger of any big play, no danger of a block. Just grab it, run for the sidelines, and go in content to have that 12-3 lead here at the break. And Carl Tesmer hasn't been around for 34 years as a head coach without learning a few things along the way.
He knows much more than I. I just would have been surprised when I first saw that punt team trot out there. Big Scott and Zach fan.
Well, there is the good crowd on hand today on this chilly day for football here. Yesterday was cloudy but warmer than it has been today, and that wind, which came up a little bit last night, wasn't near as it has been today, about 25 miles an hour out of the north.
Last night we walked out of here. It was a chilly exit from the stadium, but right now, again, 12-3, Kevin, as you mentioned, and anybody's ball game still. I mean, it's that kind of a game. It's like we saw earlier today. Anybody could have won that ball game here early in the afternoon. Now 12-3, same situation. So get into that halftime, adjust, get back out here and finish it.
Hastings St. Cecilia trying to close in on a championship. They won a C1 title back in the 2000 season. Carl Tesmer, who has always been toying with the idea of maybe after 34 years, maybe hanging it up, and he gets to that point every year, and he told folks that, you know, I get to that point and I think maybe I'll step aside, and then a couple of months away and I start thinking, well, you know what, maybe I'll get back in there and coach some more. Larry Putney is standing by down on the field. He's got Jeff Beller, the head coach of Norfolk Catholic.
Coach, 60 yards total in the first half, about 2.9 per play. What do you have to do differently in the second half?
Well, we've got to try to create maybe a little more push, but I kind of talked to you before the game that was going to be a challenge for us with the size difference in our kids. So we've just got to try to keep mixing it up maybe and keep them off balance. I think we're going to have to throw the football a little more than what we normally do, and then hopefully hit guys that are open and try to move the chains. We haven't played good enough probably on either side of the ball to make it happen for us, and that's why we're behind. I don't think we've tackled very well defensively, and maybe give them credit. They have tremendous players, but we need to do a better job of that.
Seems like you always do a good job, though, of hanging around and being there at the end.
Well, that's what we're trying to do. We'll talk to our kids right now about reaching down inside and finding something. I told them before the game we're already proud of them. We want them to play well today. I think we're playing hard. We've made a couple mental mistakes and got that, gave up a turnover that we typically wouldn't on a one-step drop on a pass. So that was disappointing. But we're going to try to hang around and see if we can fight back into this thing.
Thanks, Jeff. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Head coach Jeff Beller, Norfolk Catholic trailing at the break to Hastings St. Cecilia. Halftime in the C1 State Championship, and it's 12-3 Bluehawks.
Soy biodiesel from Nebraska soybeans lowers our dependence on foreign oil. It has properties that reduce engine wear. And it burns without harmfully polluting the atmosphere. The Nebraska Soybean Board encourages the use of soy biodiesel.
NET sports coverage of the 2009 NSAA Football Championships are brought to you in part by U.S. Bank, committed to customer service through performances, products, and people. U.S. Bank, proud sponsor of the Nebraska School Activities Association, member FDIC. By Blue Cross Blue Shield of Nebraska, one less thing to worry about. And by Education Quest Foundation, improving access to college through scholarships, grants, and college planning services. Hastings St. Cecilia with a 12-3 lead at halftime over Norfolk Catholic. Larry Putney is down on the field with the head coach of the leading Bluehawks, Carl Tesmer.
Well, Coach, you really dominated that first half, especially on both lines.
Well, we did. We were, not total, but we were able to get something going, and we ran some good schemes, and our quarterback found a nice little seam on that G option, and the kids ran it well, and he ran well and tough and broke some tackles. So, we got a little bit of both going. We got good blocking going, and we got some good running going, and kids are running and playing hard. So, if we can continue that and get a break or two, it sure would help.
Thanks very much, Coach.
Well, some call it the game of the plains. Six-man football originated in Nebraska in the 1930s. 12 high schools competed in the wide-open game this year. NET's Terry Hatch and Perry Stoner have highlights from the championship game recently held in Kearney.
Undefeated Arthur County took on defending champion Greeley-Walbach for the six-man title. Both teams scored on their first possession. Trailing 8-6 in the second quarter, Patrick Kennedy brought in this touchdown pass for Greeley-Walbach, giving them a 12-8 lead. But again, Arthur responded on the next possession with this 53-yard touchdown pass from Anthony Trimble to Justin Thomas, taking the lead 15-12. Thomas had 130 yards receiving in the game.
They play their linebackers way outside, so we knew that we'd try to exploit the lanes in the inside. So that was part of our game plan, and we knew that we could probably throw on them whenever we wanted.
On Arthur County's next offensive play from scrimmage, it was Justin Thomas on another long tackle-breaking pass play, all the way to the end zone again. Arthur County led at half, 23-18. To start the second half, Arthur County didn't wait for Greeley-Walbach to score first. Senior Anthony Trimble took the opening kickoff all the way to put the Wolves up 29-18. Greeley-Walbach came back with the next two scores to retake the lead. This Nordhughes interception set up the first score. Then Nordhughes found Travis Nelson, and the Titans were back on top 30-29. But that was the end of the Greeley-Walbach scoring. Arthur's Matt Simpson found the end zone twice in the fourth quarter. Simpson led the Wolves with 134 yards rushing. The 45-30 final makes Arthur County six-man champs for 2009.
We felt like we had probably one of the better teams coming in. If we would have had to play just the same 6 kids or 7 kids pretty much like they did, I don't know if we could have hung in there. And that's the beauty of, this is probably one of the deepest teams I've had.
We're planning on going undefeated in the regular season and then going undefeated in the playoffs and win a championship.
And congratulations to Arthur County, the champions of six-man football for 2009 here in the Class C1 State Football Championship game. It's a 12-3 lead at halftime for Hastings St. Cecilia, about ready to start the second half here at a windy Memorial Stadium in Lincoln, Nebraska. A first half dominated by Hastings St. Cecilia, and those streets will be filled up tonight as folks make their way down here for Omaha Skutt and Aurora, the Class B Championship, in just a few hours here from Memorial Stadium. We'll be excited to welcome former Husker Brendan Stye with us. Our colleague Damon Benning will be making his way back up to the Big O later tonight for the Omaha Northwest High School Sports Banquet. And Damon's first year as head coach of Omaha Northwest in the books, and the building process has begun for Omaha Northwest High School football.
You guys will be in good hands with Mr. Stye. He does an outstanding job.
He's played offensive line before. He knows
So he was okay.
Yeah, he was all right.
He likes those big boys up front, let me tell you.
One bounce to Sile, and we're underway in the second half as Sile brings it across the 20 with a hole through the 30. Sile out near the 40-yard line, and good field position to start for Norfolk Catholic in this second half.
If you want to make a statement, do it that way. Get a good return, a good position to make your move, and wow, what a great return by Sile.
Right up the crease.
Finally stepping up there, Damon, like you talked about in the open. He can run it.
He can
get
play.
It up.
Just got to get him in some space where he's able to maneuver a little bit.
First down and 10 from the 40-yard line. Out of the eye, the fullback carry, and nothing doing. Into the backfield, A.J. Toms. We've called his name before, and nowhere to run that time for Corey Schaefer.
Just stacked it up totally up front there. Consbrook and Schwartz. There he is. 235 pounds. He's the offensive center when he's not wreaking havoc on offenses on the other side of the ball.
Second down and 11 from the 39-yard line. Play fake. Ketter to throw. Pass batted down. Spiked right back at him by Jordan Consbrook. So you've got Sterup at 6'8", Consbrook, the short guy. And I say that with tongue firmly planted in cheek at 6'3", 200. And he jumped way up to spike that one down.
You put about another 4 feet with the wingspan on that, and you got a kid that can get up in the air, and you've got troubles throwing the football straight up in your face.
Third down and 11 from the 39. Ketter throws. Caught at the 45. Great catch and a first down all the way to the 42-yard line. Ethan Brozak, the first down for Norfolk Catholic. Nice throw.
Well, I tell you, that if there was that's a crucial play to be made. See him stand and deliver, get a nice little look-in route, settled right in the middle of that zone, and boy, they needed that one.
You betcha. Get themselves back into the game and just spark their confidence a little bit. A little mental push. Here we go again, and good push by the line right there. Talking about pushes.
Sile gets 3 down to the 39-yard line. Norfolk Catholic, important opening drive for them in this second half, trailing 12-3, only had 60 yards total in the first half. If they could come out, march down, and put points on the board, big lift to start this second half.
You might see that deep slant, Brozak on that deep slant. Brozak is 6'6" and 190 pounds, and he's a good target out there for their quarterback, Ketter. They line it up again, but at that size, he can do some things.
Second and 7 from the 39. Ketter pumps, now going to run, and Ketter caught from behind. Good recovery by Zach Sterup. As the quarterback ran by, he was able to track him down near the 36-yard line.
Called his name a time or two tonight with Sterup. He's 6'8", 245-pound left end. He's got really good hands, and he couples that with being pretty active with his footwork as well. He gets off blocks. You see, some of those big guys sometimes can have kind of that Velcro quality where they can't get guys off of them, but Sterup very good at using his hands and shedding blockers.
Well, he's lean. You know, he moves well. He's quick out there. He's 6'6" or 6'8", that is, and 245 and lean.
A little bit of a wildcat as Sile takes the snap, and Sile's going to be close to the first down at the 32-yard line. So motioning out was Ketter. Sile takes the snap, and Sile should have a first down for Norfolk Catholic.
I think he does. Yes. Now they're going to measure. Believe he has it.
Originally, it looked like he had it easily.
Without any problem, yeah.
But now they've marked it just at the 32-yard line. Looks like it's over, and I think you guys are right. I think he's got the first down. They'll pull the chains to make sure. That was an easy one.
Half the ball.
So first down for Norfolk Catholic, and a good start for Jeff Beller's squad to this third quarter.
I think he's kind of used to it. Wasn't smooth sailing 10 days ago against Boys Town either. They fight and they earn what they fight for what they earn.
On the 32-yard line, Sile looking for running room over the left side, met in the hole by Paul Gettert, and Gettert drops him at the 29, a 3-yard pickup on the play.
Gettert there, also Ben Conan there underneath it, number 27. There he is right there.
Getter's, he's played a well game too.
4 white shirts on 1, good ratio.
2nd and 7 from the 29, trips to the right. Ketter on the roll, throws that direction, passes juggled and caught at the 12-yard line by Tyler Haybrock. He got control just as he went down and gets enough for the first, a 17-yard pickup on the play.
Good job by Ketter just to keep the play alive and keep his options open here. Watch him as he sprints right. Good block right there. A knockdown and just over the outstretched arms of one of the St. Cecilia players. Good concentration.
That's the soft spot of that zone, just outside the flats. You get over the linebackers and in front of the corners.
And now Norfolk Catholic knocking on the door. 1st down and 10 from the St. Cecilia 12. Here's Sile, big hole to the 5, Sile to the 1, Sile in for the touchdown.
Well, they've been to this, they've seen this act before. They weren't going anywhere.
Well, Sile needed to come alive, and he has come alive on this drive. Several instrumental plays he has made, capped off by this touchdown run. Great block right there, number 35, Corey Schaefer, coming in on the end.
And now Drew Farley on to try the extra point, and the kick by Farley is good. A 12-10 ball game. They had 60 yards, Damon, in the entire first half. They had 60 yards on the opening drive of this 3rd quarter.
Exactly. And now you see the importance of them not getting that 2-point conversion earlier if you're Hastings St. Cecilia. Now as we take a look at just a gaping hole and then finding the end zone. Good yards after contact. Made about the 4-yard line. Finds a way to get it in. But you know, that 2-point conversion that was missed is now kind of looming large, because when you have the kind of kicking game that Norfolk Central does, anytime you're within 1 or 2 points, you know, they're always going to be in a football game.
Well, Farley has been that this year.
And the lead cut to 2, 12-10. Hastings St. Cecilia up by just a pair.
This H1N1 vaccine was created the same way we make all influenza virus vaccine. It was made in the same mechanism with the same clinical trials beforehand, and it'll be monitored in the same way after. You know, a lot of people have been nervous because it was made fast, but it was made in the same way, and probably what helped it out a little bit for being made fast is that our typical flu vaccine has 3 strains in it. This one only had to have 1. I would put a special appeal in for folks that if they don't want to get the flu shot and they wind up getting the flu and then they decide to go to the grocery store because they're not that sick, but they're standing next to somebody who has cancer and is undergoing chemotherapy. Well, that person doesn't want to get the flu. And so I would just appeal to them from a community perspective of do everything that you can to protect your neighbor. It might be your loved one out there with cancer that really doesn't want to get the flu right now.
Know what to do about the flu. For more information, visit dhhs.ne.gov.
Well, the touchdown for Norfolk Catholic brings the Knights within 2 here. 8:53 remaining in the 3rd quarter, and watch the run again. On the rollout play, Ketter finding Tyler Haybrock, a terrific catch that got them down into scoring position, and then the touchdown run to make it a 12-10 ball game.
And Corey Schaefer was the man who leveled the block on Stirrup on that pass play. Then he comes back on the touchdown run and leads up into the hole with the block on the end again, and breaks the back inside there for the south for the touchdown.
Well, Norfolk Central having trouble controlling Stirrup in the pocket. Why not get Ketter outside and see if you can get a chip block on him that way?
And the kickoff near the sideline taken by Cody Jackson. Jackson across the 30, and Jackson fighting his way out near the 36-yard line. So a good return by Jackson. And Hastings St. Cecilia back to work again with that 2-point lead, 12-10, 8:46 remaining in the 3rd. And Carl Tesmer's offense back out on the field. So after the opening drive that went 9 plays, 60 yards, and took 3:01 off the clock, the Knights of Norfolk Catholic go back on defense with a little shot of adrenaline to see if the Bluehawks of Hastings St. Cecilia can reestablish the line of scrimmage like they had in that first half. Dalton Seeley, the running back. And motion coming across from Dykeman. Play fake, looking to throw. Schwenka throwing back behind, and a huge play. Nobody fooled Nate Funk on the tackle, and a big drop back behind the 30-yard line.
You could see Funk's reaction even before that play really got started up, and you knew where it was going to go. But Funk had it diagnosed immediately from just about from the snap. And here he comes. He's already reacted to the play and coming up on the pass play. A terrific job, Nate Funk. Just a sophomore.
And a loss of 8 on the play. 2nd down and 18 for Hastings St. Cecilia. Schwenka, quick screen to Seeley. Seeley with a hole across the 35 and ridden out of bounds at the 37-yard line. That'll put him in 3rd down and 9 after a 9-yard pickup here. Down and 9 from the 37. 7:54 left in the 3rd. A game that
big stop here potentially.
Big play here for Schwenka and company too. If they can convert after that 8-yard loss on 1st down. A counter play. Seeley with a block. Seeley 1st down and more inside Norfolk Catholic territory down to the 47-yard line and a 1st down.
Well, they really came back on that series right there.
Good job by the guys upstairs to see how Norfolk Catholic was lined up, came back to the weak side with the counter. Well done.
The blocking incredible downfield also, and Seeley taking advantage of that benefit. They were way behind the sticks, and now they've moved the sticks up past midfield.
From the 47-yard line, 1st down and 10. Seeley in motion. And the give to the fullback Conan, and he's down to the 43-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 6.
Conan's a little bit of a workhorse, isn't he? Guy seems like he's playing both sides of the ball at the same time.
He's had a terrific game, running, catching, blocking. Very instrumental in their success all season, quite frankly.
2nd down and 6. Ball at the 43-yard line. 12-10 the lead, and the give again to Conan. Breaks a tackle, 1st down. Inside the 35 of Norfolk Catholic. Tough run again for Conan as he chews up 8 yards.
Seeley has really been the player that's gotten most of the pub this year in terms of this football team, but Conan right close behind him. 923 yards coming into the game, averaging just over 8 yards a carry. And he is, where's he at, guys, in terms of rushing?
He is sitting at 42 yards. 42. He ran over Grant O'Banion on that play. That's not easy to do.
Yeah, you don't see that happen often.
There's Seeley now, and Seeley wriggles through a little bit of a crease, and he's down to the 25-yard line. Very close to another 1st down for Hastings St. Cecilia. And now that running game's starting to get cranked up again.
You bet. We've seen the 1-2 punch here pretty evident from what's happened in this series. As Seeley just looking for room to go. Extremely tough to bring down. He just keeps those feet moving, the body moving. Keep that football tucked away, protect it. Good stuff.
2nd down and a yard from the 25. 6 minutes to play in the 3rd. Seeley 78 yards rushing. And he'll motion out of the backfield. The give to Gettert, and Gettert working down to the 22-yard line. Gettert should have the 1st down as he works his way down near the 22. Clock will stop while they reset the change with 5:51 to go in the 3rd, and Carl Tesmer has to like the way his line's reestablishing things up front.
I tell you, it's a funny game, you know. It's how teams deliver emotionally plays such a vital role in terms of what goes on in a football game.
Always does. The mental game, the emotional and mental game is so important to the outcomes. Get right.
Seeley there to the 15. Seeley inside the 10, still on his feet, inside the 5, and Seeley finally stopped at the 3-yard line. 19 yards and about 16 came after initial contact.
A lot of red jerseys had an opportunity to touch Seeley on this last play. I'm thinking about 8 of the 11. Let's see if we can count them up here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Boy, 6.
That's great effort.
I missed it by 2.
They missed him by 19. 19 yards all the way down to the 3. First and goal from the 3. The give. Seeley into the air, and Seeley in for the touchdown. What an answer drive for Hastings St. Cecilia as they jump out by 8.
They combined power rushing, as we've talked about before, with just a little bit of the pass game and really put our heels. Take it right in and take the lead again, or stretch the lead, I should add, at this point.
It's an impressive drive.
It really was.
And a better answer. Norfolk Catholic comes out and does what they need to do that first possession, and anything you can do, I can do better, as Hastings St. Cecilia answers.
Now on for the extra point, Matthew Kissinger. Kissinger's kick is plenty good. Strong kick from Kissinger, and it's a 19-10 lead, an important extra point there to stretch it to that 2-possession game and take that 2-point conversion out of play.
Well, they did 2 things. Obviously, linked the lead, as you said, Kevin, and secondly, they started that drive at the 36-yard line. Pretty good spot to start your drive. When you do that, take it down the field and score. Again, we talked about the mental side that really pops up your confidence on the day.
This December, NET Television presents Sports in Society, More Than Games. This roundtable discussion features national sports historians and authors discussing college spending, sports as a business, the influence of media, plus gender and race issues. Don't miss NET's production of Sports in Society, More Than Games, Thursday, December 10th at 9 Central on NET1. Now let's watch the last touchdown against Seeley going airborne.
Good job on the down block and by the left guard, and really stretched it over. Outstanding ball work.
You know, that you, as a player and as a coach, you're glad to see that happen. But man, is it scary sometimes, because a lot of times that's where the ball comes out.
Great camera work as well to get the shot of that ball stretched out across the goal line. Our crew doing a great job all week long here in Lincoln.
Some of these angles are unbelievable. You wonder if those guys are in the pile or what.
On the kick return, some running room upfield for Tyler Haybrock, and Haybrock out to the 36-yard line. Where it's first down and 10 now. Does Norfolk Catholic have the answer back? We saw that first half that was mainly Hastings St. Cecilia, but now we've got a couple of heavyweights standing in the middle of the ring just slugging each other.
They're going to start out at the same spot, other side of the field that Hastings St. Cecilia started out with their drive. So here we go.
And on first down, Ketter will start in the shotgun. Single wides to each side of the field. And Ketter with pressure coming, in trouble, and he just shovels it towards Corey Schaefer, who was close to the play, and that was nothing more than just trying to avoid getting crushed by about 3 members of Hastings St. Cecilia's defense. And let's check in downstairs with Larry Putney.
Well, thanks, Kevin. You might notice that Brando Banyan is not in there on offense right now, usually playing the fullback spot. If you see his left hand, it's heavily taped. He sliced his finger wide open. It had to go in just before the half. They stitched it up, and now they have taped his 2 fingers together to prevent it, but he's only going to be able to play defense the rest of the way.
That's a big loss offensively for a guy that had almost 500 yards this year on the ground. Here's Ketter on the keep, and Ketter trying to cut it back against the grain, and he's going to get it to the 39-yard line, and that's all before he's pushed back a 3-yard pickup for Austin Ketter.
Ketter trying to get to the edge there, create something off the edge. If he could find a lane to go himself, maybe pitch it. The pursuit by Hastings towards that play and creates this long third down here, 3rd and 7 yards.
Ketter, fake, On the roll, Ketter throws on the run, and it's juggled and dropped right at the stick. Corey Schaefer had a chance to make a play on that one and could not pull it in.
Well, I tell you, it's a game of inches, and right there, Schaefer had a good look at that one for a potential first down and just didn't make the plays. In games like this is ultimately this can come down to be the difference between winning and losing.
Got to have these right here.
Well executed.
Yeah. I thought initially that ball got by, just hit him right in the chest and bounced out, but he did get his hands on it initially, but went right through him.
Put a lot of pressure here on Norfolk Catholic's defense here. They've got to get a stop.
Good punt, fair catch called for, and then downed by Norfolk Catholic. So a big opportunity for Hastings St. Cecilia to really flex their muscle in this game with a touchdown drive put together here. If you're a fan of Big Red Wrap-Up, you can visit netnebraska.org/Big Red Wrap-Up and download a free podcast of each week's program. Plus, you can watch Big Red Wrap-Up right from your computer with our live webcast. Just log on to netnebraska.org/Big Red Wrap-Up. And a reminder, this week's show will be seen live tomorrow night at 7 Central right here on NET1 and NET HD. 7 o'clock Central. Just watch it on the webcast, netnebraska.org/Big Red Wrap-Up. Matt Davison will be along with us as well. Should be fun. On first down, Dalton Seeley spinning his way out to the 33-yard line. A 6-yard pickup on first down. They're right back to doing what they've done all day long. Hand to Seeley, who's now over 100 yards rushing on the day.
A real workman-like effort, too. You kind of look up and doesn't seem like it, but you know, he's right around 5.5, 6 yards a carry. That'll get her done 9 times out of 10.
Damon the cable. Get her done. All I get is a slight chuckle. That's more than I could expect.
Funny guy.
I tell you. Try the veal. 2nd and 4 from the 33-yard line. And the give up the middle. Big hole for Conan. And Conan almost broke that one. Just tripped up at the 43-yard line.
Whenever you see that wing bone set like that and motion one way or the other, and Conan set up right behind the quarterback, it's that little quick opener right there that right up the middle, and he's hidden back there. And as you say, Damon, the blocking up front, exceptional. But it's tough when that little guy is hiding behind that quarterback to find him and then not only that tackle.
Eric Becker just got a hand on him, and that was enough. If he gets around Becker, that's maybe going to go for 6. From the 43-yard line, first down. Toss play. Gettert. And Gettert down near the 45-yard line. 1.5 yards is all for Paul Gettert. Good play by Norfolk Catholic to string that out. Becker involved once again. There's a look at the head coach of Norfolk Catholic, Jeff Beller, trying to encourage his defense to come up with a stop here. Clock running under 2.5 to play in the third, down 9, and not panic time yet, certainly, but you need to get a stop.
He wasn't happy with his team's tackling at the half, and I don't think they've done anything to
make him feel better.
No, not at all.
Seeley, the tailback, they'll give instead to the fullback Conan, and Conan knocking over one man and into Norfolk Catholic territory at the 49. He is strong, and we've seen him time and time again take on contact. Seems to relish it.
He's starting to get better as the game goes on. As we take a look at the replay here, just a little off, almost. They didn't quite block it like Veer. Just a little off tack, just a little fullback dive. You see his yards per carry increasingly getting better, right up around the 5 yards a carry mark, 11 for 55.
Not too bad when you get that kind of production out of your fullback.
And it's happening as the game progresses too.
But on the season, guys, he's over 8.5.
Rushing numbers 210 to 48 in this ball game, and on 3rd and 2, the give is to Seeley, and Seeley has the first down at the 45-yard line. And you can make a 9-point lead look like 90 if you can run the ball like these guys have been running it today.
You bet. We talked here as Conan will come to the right side behind Grehack and Stirrup, get to the line and pick up that first down. Just a short carry, but a big first down to keep the drive going, keep the sticks moving. But 1-2 punch between Seeley and Conan gives you great opportunities, and they've been able to cash them most of the year.
Seeley in the backfield, the give to the up man Conan. Conan picks through a hole. Conan run it across the 35 and down near the 31-yard line. Touchdown saving tackle by Tyler Haybrock. He held him up just long enough for the rest of his team to get there to help.
Conan coming out of that fullback spot. Again, right up the middle and quick, and a good block right there of 56. Creekhack that is.
Couldn't quite see the vantage point. That looks like just dive. Looks like good base blocking, just getting a good surge.
If you're getting that kind of yardage on that kind of basic play, you got to like what your offensive line's doing up front. So the misdirection this time, Gettert with a little bit of running room on the left side, and Gettert down near the 25-yard line, a 5.5-yard gain for the senior Paul Gettert.
You know, when you take a look at that offensive line, we talked about how big they are, but at the same time, you look at them, they're well put together. There's not a lot of excess baggage or weight on those guys. They're just well formed and well put together. They all move very well. Great to see that happen up front there. Great to see them be in such good condition.
That's going to be the final play of the third quarter here in the Class C1 State High School Football Championship. A third quarter that has seen Hastings St. Cecilia start to lean a little bit on the Knights of Norfolk Catholic, but it's still anybody's championship game right now. After 3, 19-10, Hastings St. Cecilia out in front.
You're on vacation in the mountains. You've got the kids, the dog, and your tent. Your son says, hiking is lame, so you try rock climbing. It ends up being harder than it looks. Now you're in the hospital wishing you'd stayed home. But you've got Blue Cross and Blue Shield, so you know you're covered, even though you're out of state. So you relax, which is why you went on vacation in the first place. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Nebraska. One less thing to worry about.
Hey, college doesn't just happen. You have to push yourself as you go through high school. Don't be afraid to take classes like Algebra 2, Biology, or a foreign language. They can help raise your ACT score and prepare you for college. I wasn't the smartest kid in high school, but I took the tough classes and I passed. So what are you waiting for? Push yourself over to your counselor's office and sign up for them. They won't be easy, but you'll be glad you did.
From Memorial Stadium in Lincoln, Nebraska, a little bit of sunlight peeking out after a cloudy day for the most of the day. And
at 4:40.
Oh, at 4:40. Hey, better late than never. You see the score through 3, 19-10, Hastings St. Cecilia with the lead over Norfolk Catholic. And we had our NSAA championship trivia question earlier in the broadcast. It was who holds the Class C1 record for most points scored in an NSAA football playoff game. Gary Eisenhower of Battle Creek High School knew the answer to this question. Todd Euler of Battle Creek High School. 1992.
Right. Not surprised.
38 points.
I think he has a little inside information there,
Yeah.
And Euler came to Nebraska, I believe, in 93 or 94. Some of our years overlapped. I'm getting kind of old, so I forget. But I remember playing with Todd at Nebraska for a little while.
2nd down and 4 from the 25 as we start the 4th with an option. Schwenka on the keep. Schwenka with a 1st down and more to the 15. Schwenka's going to go all the way for the touchdown. What a start to the 4th quarter for Hastings St. Cecilia as Bo Schwenka goes 25 yards for the score.
Started out with that speed, fake the dive, get out to the edge with that speed option. And then it just all cut back from there. Nobody could catch up to him, and he just angled his way right to the end zone. And
Schwenka's like the shot to the head. You let Seeley and Conan just body blow you and body blow you, and twice now late in the drive, Schwenka has gashed him late.
And the extra point is up and good from Matthew Kissinger. And a 26-10 lead. Hastings St. Cecilia starting to pull away a little bit in this one with 11:52 to play in the 4th quarter. And Bo Schwenka, 5 carries, 61 yards, 2 touchdowns. Schwenka really getting it done for a Hastings offense that now has over 300 yards in total offense today.
Coming at significant times in the game, too, with Schwenka, Bo Schwenka. And right now, the last 2 drives that they put on, you got to think Hastings has the edge here.
You see where we are to this point. Humphrey St. Francis with the shutout over Hayes Center yesterday. Howells over Giltner 68-28. Millard South pulled away from a closer game and beat Millard West 45-17. And then we had an overtime one to start our day today. Ponca, Old Tardington Cedar Catholic on a 2-point conversion in overtime. Stopped them on the 2-pointer, and it's a 14-13 win for Ponca in Class C2. Here it's 26-10. Hastings St. Cecilia leading with 11:52 remaining in the fourth. And a catch by Kobe Sile on the run towards the sideline, brings it back to the middle, slides sideways through at the 25, and Sile at the 28-yard line is stacked up where it'll be first down for Norfolk Catholic. Looked like he was trying to get through a crowd at the mall. Kind of going sideways there to get around those people, and he gets out to the 28.
We used to do a little drill called a karaoke. I don't, you guys still do that, Dan?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, that kind of wasn't quite the karaoke, but it's sideways, you know, crossing the legs over and then working on your ballots.
I thought this is where you were out singing at a local club somewhere doing a little karaoke. Is that what you're talking about?
Well, you know, you could certainly take it that way if you like.
The best of Merle Haggard, sung by Adrian Fiala. The give to Corey Schaefer on first down, and it'll go a yard to the 29-yard line. It's only game 2 for me, but it could be game 5.
Oh, my.
As we digress.
Playing some defense out there. Hastings St. Cecilia. The Bluehawks are just tearing it up right now.
He's so good up front, you know, and Coach Beller, he's no dummy. He's been to this dance. He said, hey, look, guys, I'm worried about handling these guys up front on both sides of the ball, and right now it's coming to fruition.
Well, he said, you know, 20, 30 pounds a man, they're giving up, and you can see it out there.
Ketter on the run. Ketter now going to run. Ketter down near the 35-yard line before he's pushed back, and that'll leave Norfolk Catholic about 3 yards shy of the first down. And a big play here. Jeff Beller does not want to have to give it back to Hastings St. Cecilia in that running game. We've got an injured player down near the sideline, and they're going to tend to him for the moment. One of the big guys down there for Hastings St. Cecilia, and it's Zach Sterup, the biggest of the big guys.
Yeah, he was coming full bore in on the play. And not sure what happened to him, but let's hope he's okay.
I think he got collisioned by his own guy, but that was just real quick for him to make it out.
He's up and all right.
And there you see him right in the middle of your screen, chasing down, and so far so good. And yep, got a hit, helmet right in the hip.
Yeah, might have been his own guy that hit him right in the leg.
Like the head of Wade Dykeman. Third down and 3 from the 35. Can Norfolk Catholic take advantage of Sterup's absence and get the first down? Ketter throws to the left side, and the catch is made. Nicely done by Ethan Brozek at the 40-yard line. Had pressure hot on his tail from Joe Ryan.
I tell you, Brozek's a good-looking wideout. I mean,
he's 6'6", Damon. 6'6", 190. That's a good-sized young man.
Yeah. Good. Caught it with his hands. Snapped off this out route. Good delivery here of the football.
See, the ball's up high. No, the defensive back is not going to get it. That's Joe Ryan right there. He is not going to get that football. Brozek is capable there.
On first down, the give to Kelby Sile, and Sile with a good run. 9-yard pickup to the 49-yard line and shoved out of bounds with 10:16 to play.
Plenty of time here if you're NCC, because you're thinking you only need 2 scores. You need 2 touchdowns and 2 two-point conversions. So you want to make sure you get that first one.
And then get the ball back as quickly as you can, because this Blue Hawk offense can grind some time off the clock. The way they're running their offense here in the ball game, they are burning clock.
2nd and 1 from the 49. Ketter going deep, and that ball is going to be intercepted. What a pick by Joe Ryan, who was able to corral it at the 23-yard line. Ryan with the interception to turn Norfolk Catholic away.
Ryan plays tight end, caught 11 balls this year, using his pass catching ability right there to create the turnover.
Well, he sees it the whole way, too. Look at him go get it at its highest point. We've seen that a couple of times today. Real good job by some of these young men out here today to showing some pretty good ball hawking skills with that thing in the air. Tough to do.
A lot of talent in this field today. A lot of guys who are going to have the chance to play at an AIA Division II level for sure. Schwenka, maybe one of those guys is Schwenka. Makes another nice move across the 30 and out near the 34-yard line. He is a slippery runner in the option game.
Almost said Schwenky, but didn't want to go there with how he maneuvers. But boy, he is slippery when wet. Look
These
at
last three drives, he has really been a factor, a positive, a double positive factor for his offense as he moves it upfield.
First down and 10 from the 34-yard line. Out of the eye. 26-10 the lead, and the give to Conan, and Conan with the running room and just tripped up near the 43-yard line. That was a play that had big play written all over it.
He might need to put his wet weathers on. He's the turf monster's got him a couple of times. Look at him, patient, smooth to the hole.
But the blocking also over there on that right side with Krehak. Jacob Schwartz, the center.
Really like how he has good vision. He presses the point of attack and he can get in and out of the crease nicely. Kind of changed gears there in the opening. Good football player.
Hastings St. Cecilia's got a chance to have 3 guys over 100 if things go right today. Conan, one of those 3. He's got the ball up the middle, and Conan's just backing his way up to the 48-yard line. You heard the beep, beep, beep as he turned around, backing his way down the field, and another first down.
Well, he needed 73 yards coming in, Kevin, to go over 1,000.
And he's got it.
That's his trap. Nice little quick hitter right there. Gets the good pull. Nice little short set on the pull. Good job by left guard right there.
A.J. Toms on the block, and Conan just keeping the feet on the move. As you see the total yards there, Cecilia 334. Far outpacing Norfolk Catholic.
More than doubling them in total yardage. First down and 10 from the 48. And a give over the left side. And again, running room is certainly evident. We've got a flag down as Gettert is down near the 44-yard line. Flag right in the middle of the field, thrown where you usually see a hold. And that's exactly what it is. So penalty, and it's the first penalty that's not an illegal motion penalty against Hastings St. Cecilia. And again, Norfolk Catholic hasn't been flagged today, so we've certainly not seen a lot of our officiating crew.
No. That's both games today, too. I think good job by all 4 ball clubs out here that we've done so far.
That is good. The best officiating is where you never notice it, and that's what's happening out there now. And they'll mark it off, make it first and about 19 or 20 yards to go.
First down, and officially 19 for the first from the 43 to the 38 of Norfolk Catholic. 8:29 and counting to play in this fourth quarter, and that's really what Hastings St. Cecilia is thinking about, is running that clock down. And on first down, great penetration, unblocked into the backfield, Ashton Nolte. Nobody laid a hand on the nose tackle, and he came right into the backfield to throw him for a loss of 2.
Nolte here.
Oh, it looks like they're on a slant.
Slant, right, exactly. And they had 8 people up front, 9 people, I beg your pardon, up front that time, and slanting that defense to the right, and bingo, right into it.
And they're going to have to start to take some chances here in order to neutralize this run game.
Second down and 21 from the 41. Schwenka, the give to Conan, and Conan down to the 44-yard line. Just a 3-yard pickup, but that keeps that clock running. 7.5 to go. You're down 2 scores and two-point conversions if you're Norfolk Catholic, and now that clock becomes a big enemy for you.
Yeah, but by the time this thing, we'll see, as far as time goes here, as far as snap goes also, should be into the 6-minute range by the time this ball snapped. They're just short of it.
They break the huddle with 8 on the play clock. Gonna have to scoot up to the line on third down and 18. 2 to snap it, 1 to snap it. They just get it off. A little bit of misdirection, fakes the pitch, now pitches late. Gettert out on the edge, and Gettert's got nowhere to go, and he gets pounded down at the 42-yard line. A loss on the play of 2, and a play that had no chance from the very beginning.
right in front of the bench, too, the Hastings bench. And I'm sure there were a number of coaches down there and some over here to our right that were swallowing really hard on that play. Goodness.
But Hastings St. Cecilia content to use a little more clock and punt this ball away. And on 4th down and 20, Seeley ready to punt. Left-footed punt. Oh, and he shanks one horribly off his foot, and it goes way out of bounds, way short. And the shank is going to give Norfolk Catholic an excellent opportunity here. Finally out of bounds. They mark it at midfield, a real short field. Well, we'd love to hear from you. Send us an email and let us know what you think about NET's coverage of the NSAA High School Championship. Send us an email, sports@netnebraska.org. By writing us, you'll also let our sponsors know you're watching. If you value statewide NET television coverage of the NSAA Championship, send us an email, sports@netnebraska.org. And thank you for watching the NSAA Football Championships exclusively on NET, NET HD, and on the web at netnebraska.org. NET Sports is Nebraska's home for sports. And Gene watching in Cheyenne, Wyoming, says just wanted to send compliments to everyone involved in the really super championship game between Ponca and Hartington Cedar Catholic. You guys did an outstanding job. The game was fantastic. We were very impressed with both high school teams. The coaching staffs were super, and the announcers were outstanding. Compliments to all announcers, coaches, players, fans. Job well done. Thank you, Gene. 1st down and 10 from midfield. And on 1st down, Ketter to throw. Pressure up the middle, and Ketter goes down. Back at the 42-yard line, Jacob Schwartz with his 2nd sack of the year.
Schwartz at 6'2" and 235. Moving very nimbly down there to make that play. Good coverage in the secondary allowed him to pick it up about 2 or 3 steps and get to the quarterback here.
Look at this dive, just lunging out there to get him.
What effort. What effort.
2nd down and 18 from the 42. Ketter sets, going deep. He's got a man, and it's caught down to the 35-yard line. Ethan Brozek. Or rather, Tyler Haybrock, excuse me, giving credit where credit is due now to Haybrook. And Haybrock able to make the catch, take the big hit at the end of the play.
I tell you, that's a big boy throw too, right up the hash. Ball wasn't in the air very long. Anticipated where was that Brozek?
No,
it was Haybrock. Right where he was going to be, right up the seam. Well done.
Ketter on the draw. Ketter across the 30, and Ketter down to the 26-yard line. 9-yard pickup on the draw play. Clock running as we approach 5 minutes to play in this C1 state championship.
Key is get in, get out of the huddle, get the play run. Try to conserve as much time. You need the time here. They are behind by 16 points.
Ketter in the gun again on 2nd down and 1 from the 26. Ketter pumps left side and almost deflected into the hands of the defender, Brozek, the intended receiver, and that one could have been picked.
Could have been picked, and I think it was like number 24 down there. Was that Joe Ryan again?
It was Joe Ryan who was down there right on that play. 3rd down and a yard now from the 26-yard line for Norfolk Catholic. They line the backs up in the eye. Corey Schaefer is the tailback. And on 30 yards, Schaefer gets the carry, and Schaefer's got the 1st down. Out near the 23-yard line, a 1st down and 8. He just got enough to get that first. Good blocking on that left side.
Got enough, gives them a bit of a cushion here. And we talked about Brozek earlier at 6'6" and 190, and you got to think, Kevin, that they'll be looking at him to try to get him in the end zone, or get him at least get the route run that he can get up in the air and take the defender out of the picture.
1st down and 10 from the 23-yard line. Play fake. Ketter on the roll, trying to outrun the defenders, and he's not going to get away. Caught from behind by Paul Gettert. Gettert with a great job of pursuit on the backside, able to drag Ketter down for the sack.
Hey, these St. Cecilia Bluehawks, one thing they are is tenacious. They really pursue well. Watch Gettert here, 11. gets right to the quarterback and pins that arm in. No chance at all they can do anything with the ball. And there it is again. That's just terrific effort.
And that clock melting off quickly, too quickly for Norfolk Catholic. 2nd and 14 from the 27. Ketter on the play fake. Pressure comes. Ketter throws. Caught. Room for Schaefer at the 20. Schaefer to the 10. Schaefer all the way in for the touchdown.
Took a play that really looked like it was going to be stopped, and they made it start again, and Schaefer going in for the 6 for Norfolk Catholic. Good job by the quarterback Ketter to keep the play alive. Under pursuit, throws one out in that left flat, and then Schaefer able to just use that speed to get to the corner and get up inside and go and get that touchdown. And, come back. Onside kick perhaps.
Go for 2 first as Ketter on the roll. Throws. Caught. 2-point conversion good. Eric Becker on the catch. And now the Knights within 1 touchdown and a 2-point conversion at 26-18.
Good play action there. It's going to hold some people. And there you go with that. Just a little bit of an arm up in the air. Created a bit of a diversion, but no, Schaefer's going to take it in and go. Corey Schaefer, first touchdown receiving this year.
Great time for it if you're Norfolk Catholic to get into the end zone here with 3:39 to go. And then the 2-point conversion throw complete to Eric Becker. And just like that, the Knights right back in this. Now, do they do onside here, or do they kick deep with all 3 timeouts and try to get the stop?
I think with 3:38, maybe they do go for that. Try to kick it deep and get the stop and go from there. You wonder though, because this St. Cecilia offense, Kevin, has really been. I mean, they've been grinding it out here lately, and let's see how they line up here. We saw one earlier today where.
Well, next Tuesday, it's football the way you remember it. Husker football. Names like Remington, Frazier, Fryer, and of course Osborne. Thrilled to the glory of conference championships, national titles, and games that took your breath away. Relive the glory and look back in Husker Century Part 3 next Tuesday night at 8 Central on NET1 and NET HD. And looks like they're in a regular kick formation.
We saw the formation last night, everybody on one side, and then it backfired.
Line drive kick taken at the 15-yard line. Looking for some running room to the outside, out at the 25 and shoved out of bounds at the 28-yard line goes Jace Jackson. Hastings St. Cecilia was expecting an onside kick. They had their hands team up, and so some youngsters back with a big moment in the state championship having to field the kickoff. And well, that could backfire on you, Abe, if you've got a guy unfamiliar in his first moment in the state championship and whoops.
Well, and you saw what happened right there, Kevin. He took it out of bounds. When you don't want to do that, you want to keep that clock going. A lot to expect from a youngster, Jace Jackson, just a sophomore. But he ran it right out of bounds rather than trying to slide on down or get on down.
First down and 10 from the 28-yard line. Now, can Hastings St. Cecilia run it out? They'll certainly try to, but Conan goes nowhere. A guy who's had a huge day, 15 carries, 76 yards coming into that play, but Conan stacked up just a half yard ahead of the line of scrimmage, and now the first timeout used by Norfolk Catholic. They'll have 2 remaining in this second half, and it stops the clock with 3:25 to go. And if they can get 2 more stops, get the ball back with lots of time to march down and try to tie this game. Well, if you'd like to get yourself a DVD copy of this game or any of the NSAA football or volleyball championship games, log on to netnebraska.org/sports or call 1-800-868-1868 to order your DVD for only $19.95 plus shipping and handling. Be sure to specify school or class when ordering by phone. It's a lasting memory for the entire family. NET is Nebraska's home for sports. And you know Carl Tesmer, the longtime head coach of Hastings St. Cecilia, is not going to do anything too risky here. This is going to be run on the ground, let them use their timeouts, and if you don't get the first down, rely on your defense.
And that's gone pretty well for them through the course of the football game here today. And so let's see how it unfolds here with 3:25 left in the ball game.
Schwenka comes out with Conan and Seeley behind him in the eye. Second down and 10, the ball at the 28-yard line. Option play. Schwenka trying to find some running room, and Schwenka at the 31-yard line, and a timeout taken with 3:18 remaining in the fourth quarter, and a 3rd down and 7. So far, so good for Norfolk Catholic, going right according to plan.
Dangerous little play right in there when that quarterback is kind of caught up in traffic, and backside pursuit came on and made the tackle. And a lot of times you'll see that backside pursuit, the guy will come up and punch the ball out from the back end, and you got a turnover right there. But again, Schwenka able to hang on to the football. It's now 3rd down, 3rd and long. Tight time right now.
Well, if you're tuning in about an hour and a half, 2 hours, and expecting to see Big Red Wrap-Up, you're not going to. It's not on tonight because of our work here at the NSAA Football Championships, but instead, the wrap-up can be seen tomorrow night live. Look back at last Saturday's game against K-State. We'll look ahead to Colorado on Friday and just what Nebraska can expect from the Buffaloes. Join us for Big Red Wrap-Up at a special time this week tomorrow night, 7 Central on NET1 and NET HD. We thought about combining the two, bringing Matt Davison in here and then combining the whole thing, doing the championship game, Big Red Wrap-Up, just kind of putting it all into one big package. But,
you know, Kevin, if you like football, you like sports, this is the week for it. We have the games yesterday, today, Big Red Wrap-Up tomorrow. Thursday is Turkey Day, and then Friday, of course, the Huskers. This is the day, this is the week for you if you're a sports and a football nut.
3rd down and 7 from the 31-yard line. Big 3rd down for both teams here. On the give, through the hole, Conan very close, but he's about 2 yards short of the 1st down. He needed to get to the 38. They'll mark him at the 36, and for a moment it looked like he might pop through and get it, but it's 4th and 2, and they use their final timeout, Norfolk Catholic, stopping the clock with 3:12 to go. Absolutely perfectly done by the Norfolk Catholic defense to get exactly what they wanted.
Corey Schaefer in on the tackle. Two nights in on the tackle. He was up top. I'm not sure who was underneath it all, but Corey Schaefer, one of the leading tacklers for this ball club, making a big stop right there. A couple yards short of the 1st down. And now what you're faced with is, you know, the punting situation, but also the snapping situation. You and I have seen a number of games at the high school level where the long snapping has not been all that great, and so we'll see how that goes here.
Sunday on NET television. Remember the scent of warm apple pie, cookies cooling on the counter, or Adrian's famous pie? The smell whisks us back to precious times with family and friends. These fond memories are captured in NET Television's The Recipe Box. Cooks across Nebraska shared family favorites. NET Television picked the best and traveled across the state to whip up homemade dishes and hear the stories that make them special. Tempt your taste buds with NET Television's The Recipe Box. Sunday night, 7 Central on NET1 and NET HD. 4th down and 2 from the 36. Here's the punt. It's a good one. A lot of hang time. Fair catch signaled for and made, falling backwards by Lucas Lyons at the 35-yard line. So no timeouts. 3:06 to play. Norfolk Catholic needs a touchdown and the 2-point conversion to send us to our 2nd overtime of the day.
Tight time as we talk about in the ballpark right now, and Norfolk Catholic had it going earlier. Let's see if they continue to have it going right now. Good punt that time. Good snap. Good punt. High punt. Good coverage. We'll eliminate a return. They got that job done. And here we go. Ball game coming up here.
Ketter in the gun on 1st down. From the 36-yard line. Ketter pumps. Looking deep. Wants it all down the far sideline, and it's batted away. Grozek turned into a defender on that play to swat it away from Joe Ryan, who had a shot at the pick.
Second time tonight that has happened with Ryan, and you reverse roles on a play like that. The offensive guy becomes the defensive guy, and there you're seeing Grozek making sure that Ryan does not catch it. Ryan, great job in the coverage, stayed under the receiver, he was inside. Really tough for Grozek to make that play. However, he's got a good size advantage on the play. 4 inches. Ryan at 6'2" and Grozek at 6'6".
2nd and 10 from the 36. Pass out into the flat, caught at the 45, out to midfield and into Hastings St. Cecilia territory at the 49-yard line is Ben Rouse. And Rouse able to make the grab and get the 1st down, and Rouse hobbles off to the sideline. He's a little banged up.
Limping off, immediately see him in the background right here. just over the outstretched arms right there, and now it's get out of bounds if you can. Good job by the Bluehawks to keep him inbound.
2:45 and counting. First down and 10 from the 49. Screen pass set up, looking for some running room is Lucas Lyons, and Lyons a pickup of about 4 to the 45, and the hurry up for Norfolk Catholic as they'll run their personnel on and off quickly. Not an overwhelming urgency, and they really don't have to have that frantic pace right now. Still 2 minutes and change.
Key is you just can't waste any time. Don't waste it. We've seen that happen. Look what happened to LSU the other day.
2nd and 6 from the 45. Ketter pumps, going deep. Brozek out there. Brozek's got it inside the 20-yard line and out of bounds at the 15 of Hastings St. Cecilia.
Working on Joe Ryan over there again. Brozek a double move on the play. Up and out, and then out some more. And the ball just feathered in there on the play by the quarterback, Ketter. Terrific play, and now it's getting interesting, folks. Very, very interesting.
Well, Ketter threw the game winner last week for Norfolk Catholic, trying to bring them back from a 2-touchdown deficit here in the 4th quarter.
Not much room to complete that pass, and he got the job done. That's terrific. That's tough.
From the 15, tough handoff. Haybrock still fighting for yardage and gets a yard and a half down inside the 14-yard line, but Haybrock juggled that one as he got it from his quarterback Ketter.
When you fight and you're trying to get more yardage, trying to get upfield, you do that, you take that risk. You really do take that risk of coughing the football up. We have
it's Ashton Nolte who's trying to get off the field, and he just cannot do it.
So when you do that, you've got to make sure you've got the football secured. That's your primary goal right there. Secure the ball. Do not give it up.
And Nolte with some troubles on that left leg, having to be helped off the field. That's a big player for them. The starting defensive lineman, starting right tackle. And he leaves with 1:54 to go. 2nd and 9 from the 14-yard line. Clock will run. 1:50 to play. On 2nd, Ketter throws, intercepted, picked off at the 15-yard line, and sliding down at the 20 is Wade Dykeman, and he may just have sealed the championship for Hastings St. Cecilia.
Ketter hit just as he was releasing the football. Ball taking a kind of a different trajectory on him than he probably would want, but Dykeman there, his 2nd interception on the year for the Bluehawks, and a big one that it is, and let's see if that seals the fate. Watch right here. Well, he took the hit. It was just before he delivered the throw. That should not have affected his throw, but it was a hit from the back end there.
Boy, if Dykeman wanted to keep running, there was nothing but green ahead of him. But he slid down, knowing just get the ball back in the hands of the offense and let's run out the clock, and they give up the middle to Ben Conan. Remember, Norfolk Catholic cannot stop this clock. It will continue to run as we approach 90 seconds to play in the C1 Championship.
Wade Dykeman, a senior at 5'10", 160 pounds, making perhaps the play of his life.
There's the good look at the senior Dykeman running out onto the field with the play. 2nd down and 4. Clock running. Norfolk Catholic powerless to stop it. And to give up the middle, that'll be a 1st down out to the 31-yard line. Conan, who has just worn out this Norfolk Catholic defense, ate his 19th carry. He's over 90 yards rushing today. Seeley with over 100 yards rushing, and Schwenka over 70 yards rushing today.
And his rushing coming at very significant times in the ballgame. All three really great 1-2, and let's call it 1-2-3 punch today for their offense.
And now they're going to get into the victory formation. Seeley will line up about 20 yards behind the play. And a knee is going to be taken by Bo Schwenka. And the celebration is going to begin. Hastings St. Cecilia is about to become the C1 champions. They won it in 2000. And they're closing in. They'll have to take one more snap. No, they will not. They're not even going to have to snap this one again. The celebration can begin. And Hastings St. Cecilia, a moment to remember forever as they capture the C1 state championship. The final seconds tick off, and there it is. Your champions in Nebraska Class C1. Hastings St. Cecilia, 26-18 over Norfolk Catholic.
And a terrific battle between these two teams. They went at it toe-to-toe, arm-to-arm, a lot of good hitting out there, a lot of good play selection, excellent defense. And again, you just hate to see a team lose in these kind of circumstances, but somebody does, somebody wins, somebody loses. And again, great effort by both of these teams, and both teams need to be congratulated heavily for the seasons they have had. They both came in here undefeated, and they played like it. They played like champions. Hastings St. Cecilia is the champion.
26-18, your final. Hastings St. Cecilia over Norfolk Catholic. We'll hand out the awards from Memorial Stadium next on NET Sports.
Programming made possible by Time Warner Cable, inspiring young people to build the skills they need in science, technology, engineering, and math to become the problem solvers of tomorrow. Time Warner Cable, the power of you.
Programming on NET television is made possible in part by U.S. Bank. Across Nebraska, the nation, and everywhere in between, U.S. Bank provides financial, trust, and investment services to individuals, large corporations, and small businesses. Wherever you go, whether it's in person, on the phone, or on the World Wide Web, you'll find U.S. Bank. You'll find more than 50,000 U.S. bankers, home of the 5-star service guarantee.
You're watching NET1 and NET HD.
Nebraska, we asked, and you delivered. You gave us good cooks, treasured recipes, and celebrated family stories. I'm Chef Brian O'Malley, your host of NET's program, The Recipe Box. Join us as we celebrate the culinary heritage of Nebraska through its food and its cherished stories that make us savor the taste of home.
Recipe Box, Sunday night at 7 Central Time on NET1 and NET HD.
NET Sports coverage of the 2009 NSAA Football Championships are brought to you in part by the Nebraska Public Power District, always there when you need us, together with your local public power utility. By the Nebraska Soybean Board, encouraging the use of renewable biodiesel fuels for a healthier environment. For information, nebraskasoybeans.org. And by Time Warner Cable, providing coverage of local high school sporting events and activities on Nebraska On Demand, Channel 101. Alongside Adrian Fiala, Kevin Kugler back with you from Memorial Stadium in Lincoln. Hastings St. Cecilia 26, Norfolk Catholic 18, your champions in Class C1. Hastings St. Cecilia, and they did it on the ground as we expected. 303 yards of rushing offense on their way to a 349-yard day. Dalton Seeley was over the century mark. 93 yards for Ben Conan to pace the champions in Class C1. Let's head now to our public address announcer, Doc Weininger, who will introduce you to the runners-up from Norfolk Catholic.
The Nebraska School Activities Association is honored to have medals and trophies for both of these outstanding teams. The award presentations will be made by NSAA Board of Control members Jay Beller from Battle Creek, Max Kroger from Ord, and U.S. Bank representatives Jeff McCowan and Maggie Zexer. Here are the awards for Class C1 runner-up Norfolk Catholic High School. Will head coach Jeff Beller and your assistants please present the silver medals to the members of your team. Players, as your name is called, please come forward to receive your medal. Number 1, Eric Becker. Number 2, Tyler Haybrock. Number 3, Kelby Sile. Number 4, Lucas Lyons. Number 5, Dylan Arms. Number 6, Ben Rouse. Number 7, Ethan Brozick. Number 8, Luke Smith. Number 9, Tanner Besmer. Number 10, Austin Ketter. Number 11, Connor Ketter. Number 12, Joseph Jones. Number 13, Zachariah Schmolnick. Number 15, Jordan Beller. Number 16, Nicholas Arlt. Number 17, Drew Farley. Number 18, Andrew Montag. Number 20, Scott Zock. Number 25, Brandon Becker. Number 26, Isaac Pfeiffer. Number 27, Kyle Schaefer. Number 28, Ethan Hale. Number 29, Jordan Malachek. Number 33, Hunter Love. Number 35, Corey Schaefer. Number 40, Riley Kinate. Number 46, Jacob Schulte. Number 47, Brent O'Banion. Number 50, Garrett McCarthy. Number 51, Colton Jones. Number 52, Scott Vollmer. Number 53, Michael Obermiller. Number 54, Brennan Roush. Number 55, Scott Benson. Number 56, Michael Steffensmeyer. Number 57, Cody Stowe. Number 58, Caleb Toltzman. Number 59, William Webert. Number 60, Dylan Webert. Number 62, Jarrett Mills. Number 63, Keegan Melcher. Number 67, Ashton Nolte. Number 68, Brian Raymaker. Number 69, Blake Wagner. Number 70, Mitchell Hofer. Number 71, Dylan Pieper. Number 72, Joey Lopez. Number 74, Robert Gerard. Number 75, Marcus Wilcox. Number 76, Andrew Merrill. Number 80, Dylan Field. Number 81, Braden Turner. Number 85, Christopher Duell. Number 87, Nathan Funk. Number 99, Cody Raymaker. And now, here's the 2009 Class C1 runner-up trophy. Congratulations, Norfolk Catholic High School.
Certainly disappointment for Norfolk Catholic, finishing 12-1 on the year as the runner-up in Class C1, but an excellent season for Norfolk Catholic and a much better second half. They got into that first half hole, only had 60 yards at halftime, but they were able to get things going a little bit more in the second half, and they've got a little something to hang their hat on there, but obviously too little too late. They fall short 2016.
I think part of the problem, we're not able to get Kelby Sile really moved into the offense. He's an outstanding player. Really has done a terrific job all year, both the running and receiving, but really not able to get him really integrally involved in the offense. Just 12 carries for 49 yards and 1 catch for 5 yards, and this coming from a young man at over 1,200 yards coming into the ball game. So that was part of the problem. And the other plus was, man, I tell you what, that defense for Hastings St. Cecilia really stepped up their efforts tonight. Really did a great job limiting Norfolk to 67 yards rushing on the day and just 178 passing. That's a good day for any team to have. So that in a nutshell is how this game evolved, and congratulations to both teams for getting here. And of course, Hastings will take the big trophy home.
Norfolk Catholic could not get Hastings St. Cecilia off the field. 6 of 10 conversions on 3rd down today for Hastings St. Cecilia. Their offense just stayed out there and wore out Norfolk Catholic. Back to our public address announcer, Doc Weininger, to introduce you to the C1 state champions.
And now to the champions from Hastings St. Cecilia High School. First, head coach Carl Tesmer, we have a special award for you. Now, coach, would you and your assistants please present the gold medals to the members of your championship team. Players, as your name is called, please come forward to receive your medal. Number 1, Luke Carey. Number 2, Bo Schwenka. Number 3, Xander Schmidt. Number 4, Jared Jackson. Number 5, Dalton Seeley. Number 6, Kevin Ryan. Number 7, Philip Hamburger. Number 8, Blake Brouillette. Number 9, Bryce Faber. Number 10, Wade Dykeman. Number 11, Paul Geddert. Number 12, Blake Mesick. Number 13, Jameson Esch. Number 14, Simon Ostrander. Number 15, Cody Jackson. Number 16, Chase Bassett. Number 20, Ben Tomcha. Number 21, Drew Porcheba. Number 24, Joe Ryan. Number 25, Matthew Kissinger. Number 27, Ben Conan. Number 30, Nick Brouillette. Number 31, Spencer Suminski. Number 32, Jace Jackson. Number 34, Joel Groffel. Number 35, Devin Ellie. Number 37, Andrew Young. Number 42, Cody McDowell. Number 44, Clayton Rundle. Number 51, Christopher Hartford. Number 54, Justin Smith. Number 56, Tim Creecat. Number 58, Joseph Clark. Number 60, Jackson Suminski. Number 63, Coy Tron. Number 65, Trey Wilhelm. Number 66, Nathan Susi. Number 68, AJ Toms. Number 70, Jacob Schwartz. Number 71, Ryan Sheehy. Number 72, Michael Wynn. Number 74, Zachary Stirrup. Number 75, Brad Spencer. Number 77, Joseph Wallmeyer. Number 78, Joshua Tremmel. Number 80, Adam O'Grady. Number 81, Colin Ellie. Number 82, Mitchell Boyd. Number 84, Cesar Tino. Number 85, Jordan Consbrook. And now, for these outstanding athletes and their school, here is the 2009 Class C1 State Football Championship Trophy. Congratulations, Hastings St. Cecilia High School.
Hastings St. Cecilia, your Class C1 champions, first time since 2000. Carl Tesmer's toyed with it every single year for the last few years. Will he go out on a high note, or will he come back for one more? Who knows? That's a decision that'll probably be made later on down the road. But his senior class, Bo Schwenka, Dalton Seeley, Ben Conan, and crew, really did a great job today in establishing control of this game and winning 26-18.
They really did. Took control both offensively, defensively. Those things kind of wavered a little bit in the second half, but again, they were able to maintain the control they had established and hang on right there till the end. And then that great interception, Wyman, I believe it was, intercepting the pass, Wade Dykeman, I beg your pardon, intercepting that pass and really solidifying the state championship. So exciting game, and again, great job by both of these teams.
Now, terrific job. Hastings St. Cecilia moves to 13-0, a perfect season for Hastings St. Cecilia. Norfolk Catholic 12-1 on the year, but a great year for Norfolk Catholic as well, as they fall just a little bit short of their third championship in the last 6 years. And let's go downstairs. Larry Putney is amidst the champions.
Carl Tesmer just wrapping up the conversation. Congratulations, an emotional win for you.
Oh, very emotional and so proud, and it's just a feeling that, you know, it's going to be with us for a long time. And it's hard to sink in right now, and just, you know, you tell these kids they're champions all their lives, and they are. These kids will be champions all their lives. They'll be kids that'll go on and do great things because that's the kind of character they have.
You really overcame a lot during the game. They started coming back on you late. You made the big plays when you had to.
Oh, man, we picked up, you know, the pick was big, you know, and of all people, you know, Wade deserves it, and he just plays his heart out, and yeah, it was big. It was a big interception, and it sealed everything, thank goodness, but it looked pretty tough there for a while.
Talk about the running of Seeley today, 106 yards.
Oh, they were tough. Every one of them were tough. I mean, he was breaking a lot of tackles, and you know, he and Conan make a great pair, and then you get Paul Gettert back in there, of course, and Bo Schwenke had a great day. So, you know, but Seeley's had a great year. You know, he's an 1,800-yard rusher or better, and doggone it, he's just a tremendous athlete. I mean, just is. He's not done. You know, he'll bring his talent to the basketball court, and he'll bring it to the track stadium this spring. So he's quite an athlete.
All right, Kevin Kugler mentioned it, and now you talked about it a little before. You've been kind of debating this. Am I going to keep doing this for how much longer? Well, can you go out on top?
Yeah, 1 year at a time, and you know, I haven't made a decision or anything, and just thrilled for these kids, and grateful, always grateful for their efforts and for the state championship that they gave to our school.
Carl, congratulations. I wouldn't have asked that question, but Kevin Kugler made me, so. All right, congratulations. Hey, let's go down over to Dalton Seeley. Dalton, 106 yards rushing. Well, tell us about the state championship.
It was just great. Just started off a little slow for everyone, and then we finally got on track, got the nerves out of our systems, and picked it up.
Seemed like you dominated, really, the front four dominated the entire game, both defensively and offensively.
Yeah, they've definitely been doing that all year, opening holes for our backs, and just made our job really easy throughout the whole year.
Talk about that last drive they put together when they were threatening.
Their passing game was on point. They were hitting everything, and glad that Wade was able to step in and stop it.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Well, I'll be getting an angry letter from Carl Tesmer very soon. Thank you, Larry Putney, but a very big win tonight for Hastings St. Cecilia, C1 state champions.
Absolutely, Kevin. Also, didn't do this really quickly here. Jeff Beller, head coach at Norfolk Catholic, and his assistants, Tim Kastmeyer, Todd Pospisil, Kevin Miller, John Beller, Jason Konachek, and Doug Moore. Great job. There's the assistants. And then, of course, for the champions, we just saw Carl Tesmer and his assistants, Randy Aaron, Tom Nelson, Gene Conan, Travis Susi, Nick Susi, and Jackson Medina. Wonderful job. Congratulations. See you next year.
Now, they always do a great job in getting these teams ready for these championships, and those assistants, you're right, don't get enough love. Once again, our final score, 26-18, the victory tonight for Hastings St. Cecilia. Be with us for the Class B championship as Omaha Scott takes on Aurora tonight at 7 o'clock Central Time on NET1 and NET HD. And now for Adrian Fiala, Damon Benning, and the entire NET Sports Production crew, Larry Putney in there as well. I'm Kevin Kugler. Goodbye from Memorial Stadium in Lincoln.
Farmers rely on it. Businesses depend on it. Families trust it. It is public power. And at NPPD, we know Nebraskans don't take it for granted. That's why every dollar is reinvested into the system. The power plants, transmission lines, and utility employees that deliver safe and reliable electricity to you. Nebraska Public Power District, always there when you need us, together with your local public power utility.
You're on vacation in the mountains. You've got the kids, the dog, and your tent. Your son says, hiking is lame, so you try rock climbing. It ends up being harder than it looks. Now you're in the hospital wishing you'd stayed home. But you've got Blue Cross and Blue Shield, so you know you're covered, even though you're out of state. So you relax, which is why you went on vacation in the first place. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Nebraska. One less thing to worry about.
Programming on NET television is made possible in part by U.S. Bank. The U.S. Bancorp Foundation supports charitable, educational, and community service-oriented organizations in communities across Nebraska and the nation. U.S. Bank employees dedicate their time and efforts to local causes they are truly passionate about. U.S. Bank. Wherever you go, you'll find us.
Soy biodiesel from Nebraska soybeans lowers our dependence on foreign oil. It has properties that reduce engine wear. And it burns without harmfully polluting the atmosphere. The Nebraska Soybean Board encourages the use of soy biodiesel.